Hello and welcome. Welcome to Drakenmemoria. Yay! What is Drakenmemoria, you may ask? Well, it's Dungeons & Dragons, or more specifically, a group of people playing Dungeons & Dragons. So, if this is not something you want to watch, what can I say that has been already said? Go. Be free.
Be free!
You'll find porn elsewhere.
Yeah.
Well, you know, some of our stream have gotten pretty close, but
The term you're looking for is erotica, which is distinct.
If only. If only.
all right.
You hear that, Twitch moderators? No porn here.
Doesn't mean you shouldn't come and visit us. All right, so for everyone else who actually wants to be here, no matter the reason, so long as you stay civil in the chat, it's a pleasure to have you with us. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. What else can be said? If you like the thunderstorm in the background, that's Ambient Mixer. If you like the world map, it's WonderDraft. If you like the dungeon map, it's Dungeon Alchemist. Yay! Publicity done. The information for all of these websites, everything is below the window. I keep trying to remind myself that I need to make new ambiance. You need a cave one. I keep forgetting to do the cave one, but we need one. You just need one where you hear that little water drop, doot, doot, even though there's practically no cave in which you can actually hear a water drop like this. But you know,
Well, we could save that one for when we have to dive into audience's brain.
Ah, come on. That's slightly mean. He's not. No, never mind. That wasn't good.
Well, all I'm saying is that there's a lot of space in there.
Audience, do you want to say something against that? All right. What was I saying? Oh yes, I've been having these little moments where I keep losing my train of thoughts. All right. Where?
Choo choo.
Yeah. Come on, hype train because I said train. Come on, come on. No,
Come on.
Okay, never mind.
Not to be confused with the hip train, otherwise you might break something.
Yeah. Well. Uh-huh. No, I think you're right. All right, so
It's like you had to think about it. It's like, is that okay for my hip?
yeah, I have to warm up first. I'm starting to be at that age where if I don't warm up, yeah, there might be some problems.
My hip.
All right. So, last episode, what happened? 18 seconds? Yes, as you may have deduced from that, a fight happened. So, at most 24 seconds. So time dilation.
It's not even enough time to let my tea cool down.
Not even enough time for you to make a pizza pocket. I don't know. I was looking for something else in my mind, but never mind.
You can make a really messy peanut butter sandwich, though.
Yeah?
Just like rip the bread bag open.
Yeah, no, exactly. You just tear it apart, take 2 slices of bread, and you gotta take a whole lot of peanut butter. You just jam your knife inside of there, just scramble a bit, and take everything out, and pluck! Here you go. Might be a bit peanut butter heavy in the middle. So, what happened? Well, the party chose their nightmare out of the nightmare realm. Their choice were few. They had a choice between the prime beast the master of the world and the eyes of the abyss. After careful kind of deliberation and putting it to a vote, a really strange vote because everyone voted what their character wanted, and then they voted what they wanted. So it's a really strange vote.
As we should. This is a democracy.
They
I started with what I wanted and then switched to what my character wanted.
nearly everyone did that. I think there's only one person who didn't do that.
Well, the one person that didn't do it kind of realized, like, hey guys, it's a bit confusing when we're voting in two different ways.
But you hadn't let me explain my point total for it. Yeah, you hadn't let me got that. Now I was breaking it.
Oh, so you broke it down to a point system.
Yeah.
It's just
It
like
needed to be more complicated.
I felt like I should have had 2 points, guys. Like, come on.
No, it worked just like the election in France. You go with rounds. If the one that has the fewest points after the first round is eliminated, and then you vote again, and then you vote again.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a simplified version of how they do it in France, but yeah. All right, where was I? Oh yeah, in the end, they chose the Eyes of the Abyss. The creature felt draconic in nature, having a breath that could freeze someone in an instant, and perceptive capability only one party member, give us a smile, could evade. In the end, the light prevailed, and our heroes woke up from the nightmare.
Or did they?
Well, that's a bit of the... when I post this, I always add, join us on episode, whatever the episode is, and I always add a phrase, and this time the phrase is, as we see the aftermath of the nightmare and prepare for the second nightmare.
It's like actually we wake up in the third part of the dream. We don't know when the third part of the story was told, but
there's the first and then there's the third. What?
actually it would have been hilarious. Like while we were all unconscious, like one of our enemies came in and read the third part of the story. It's like have fun.
I don't know if it's true, but one time I heard that there had been a rumor that they were going to make a second Spaceball movie, and the name of the title was Spaceball 3, The Quest to Find Spaceball 2.
Never-ending quest.
Yeah. So, I feel like the gentle rain is kind of on point for where you are right now, as you all rushed out of the church where you made that fight, and you realize that no one seems to be there. It's completely deserted. There's an eerie feeling of emptiness and silence around you. There's this little park in front of you, this little garden. You're not used to seeing it, Tobiashi. You're used to feeling this, having this zen feeling when you're looking at this garden, but right now it's more of a, oh shit, where's everyone? What happened? Why aren't anybody there? Feeling when you're looking at the empty garden in front of you.
Hello?
There's the Huns.
You shout this, and it's the most annoying thing you've ever heard. In your past, you've always found it so funny, but right now, it's so annoying because you say hello, and then you realize that you're right in front of a place where it sort of makes a cone outside, so it's inevitable. You hear hello, hello, hello.
All right, let's go to the main hall, guys.
You always found it fun, but right now it's not.
Guys, I'm worried.
Let's go to the main hall. Sure.
Guys, I'm worried.
It's about dinner time, right? Anyway.
The guest main hall, the guest main hall, or the monastery main hall.
Monastery main hall.
Okay.
We gotta go there.
So you rush toward the monastery dining hall where everyone would normally gather, and fortunately for the group, Terry, not Terry, because I was looking at Terry. Terry has a high enough passive perception, but he's not there right now. So, Remy and George, you notice as you're passing in front of the infirmary that there are people in the infirmary. Tobiashi is sprinting toward the hall, so you're going to have to get him back. Oh, there are people. Oh, never mind. He's gone.
I just screamed, "They're dead! They're all dead!" See if Toby turns around.
I'm not like dashing. You can see me running.
All right. Well, Tobiashi, you got a good enough passive perception. No, you have a shit passive perception? No, that can't be true.
Well, remember, he had better perception. Well, the other Tobiashi
I have a
had better
14.
perception.
You have a 14.
I have an 18 insight.
Okay, I'm gonna need to update that. So, you said 18 insight. 18 insight. Passive perception 14. What's your passive investigation?
11.
11. Alright. So, yeah, no, you didn't notice it as you were passing in front. And then suddenly, Remy and George stop and they're looking in the infirmary. Audience sees all of this happening and his first reflex is, "Oh no! Everyone's dead!" Tobiashi, your passive perception is high enough to hear your audience scream that.
I start running back and look inside.
No, not everybody is dead. There are some people inside of the beds, however, and some monks are taking care of the people in the beds. Hold on.
I look good. Is everything okay?
How many beds are there in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so there's not. How many people are there in there? So there's 3, 5.
I mean, that does make me wonder, like, what should be, like, what is considered to be, like, the minimum number of hospital beds per capita. So it's like, what percentage of the population should the hospital be able to accommodate at any given moment?
Well, here in this place, monks keep training, so there's always some level of injuries. So monks are also used to just, for minor injuries, just go back into your own quarters and sleep it off. So an infirmary would probably be reserved for serious injuries and guests. So enough bed for the guests. The monk can go to their bed, their home bed. That's okay.
It's also where they keep. It's also where they keep the flies that have had their wings ripped off.
All right, so you go inside and you go inside and you see 8 monks that are in beds. You see Neisa is on one of the bed. You see a small child on one of the bed, and
oh God.
You see the healer, one of your master, taking care of everyone. Walking very slowly, coughing a little bit, looking at all of them a bit worried. Audience, when you enter, you see Tobiashi's master's just going, "Shh, they're sleeping." Well, I hope they're sleeping.
Oh, I didn't kill a little kid.
What?
That's a very interesting statement, Tobiashi.
Are they still stuck in the nightmare realm? Or are they,
So that's what that was the eerie feeling we all had. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, we got sucked into this guy's nightmare or his mind. I don't know, man.
He had a failsafe that I think triggered the nightmare, but Naisa kept us alive so we could still get information, but I don't know what she sacrificed. She said she sacrificed, but we don't know what she sacrificed.
Well,
But obviously something said she's in the hospital bed here.
well, everyone is in a coma. I don't know how to get them out. We found 3 monks inside of the training halls. We found 3 of them inside of the infirmary. They just dropped, and then there were 2 in the guest observatory. And there's this little child that just simply fell to the ground inside of the main hall.
Oh,
God.
God.
We found Naisa 3 rooms away from yours, actually, Tobiashi. She was unconscious inside of one of the rooms. And for some reason, someone went outside and got to get one of the masters. Don't know why. Scrollmaster was found outside. Apparently he fell. Fell off of the guest balcony.
Odd. Seems like the nightmare realm had effect upon the physical then.
Mm-hmm.
So sad that that was exactly what we saw. The monsters attack all those same people in the realm.
Yeah,
So tragic.
it's so weird.
Those absolute monsters.
Oh, God.
You could have done this to such a
Who could
small
have
child.
done that?
What do you think they saw before they fainted, or what?
Remy,
We don't know.
Remy, kill them all before
Yeah,
they
I
wake
know.
up so they can.
Remy.
I know too much.
They know too much. No witnesses. Remember when I said that in the dream? I mean that for real now.
It's like, apparently they didn't get the memo. If you die in the dream, you die for real.
I'm gonna
So
try
there's
and
nothing
do.
we can
I'm gonna
do to try
do
to
the
wake 'em
smell test because I want to see if I can smell the nightmare realm on them. I want to see if I can still see if they're stuck in the nightmare realm. What was that? That was a wisdom save roll, I think.
No, a wisdom roll. It's intuition.
Yeah, a wisdom roll. Intuition. No. Okay.
And can someone detect magic on them?
If you give me 10 minutes.
Sure. I rolled
Yeah.
a 14.
Can we get a mind reading check with Terry, please?
You have to ask.
Can I
Christian.
whisper to Fisher?
On who? On the
On any of them.
unconscious
I-
people?
Yeah, I think Naisha should be the one.
Well, Nisa is the only one that you're sure you didn't kill because she wasn't found anywhere you went.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. We didn't kill anybody. They're in comas.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
At worst, we gave them a long-needed rest.
Yeah, no,
Like,
absolutely.
Did they?
Look, Pokemon don't
Can I-
die, they faint.
Yeah,
they're in the
yeah.
infirmity.
Uh-huh.
Not
When
like
they
they
went
had
in,
their
they were like,
soul
"Beep,
ripped
beep,
out
beep,
and
beep,
left
beep."
them.
The duelists who lose a shadow game don't die. They are just sent to the shadow realm.
Yeah.
I want to whisper to Fisher. They fought back, right? In the dream.
Yes.
Well, 3 of them did.
So
The others,
were
you
they?
took by
Do you
surprise.
think they fought us in real life?
They were hostile.
They were hostile.
Or
Yeah.
The things in the dream were hostile.
Yes.
What if to them we were something nightmarish?
What if we were ourselves?
They
I
just
mean-
wanted
Then
to
they
fight
probably
us.
wouldn't have been hostile.
Again, I don't think they'd be in a coma since you were throwing fireballs, I know, at multiple of them, and that would mean they'd be badly burned.
We did lightning
Not in
bolt a
a
few of
co-
them.
not
I like
in
how
a
we're talking
coma.
out
Well,
loud.
okay.
It was super weird. 3 of them like were fainted just before being burnt by the stove.
So
We found scorch marks from a lightning bolt. Don't know
yeah,
how that
their
happened.
soul has third-degree burns. So audience, you take a moment and you sniff around with your mind, just taking a moment to feel if you sense the nightmare realm presence on at them, and you roll high enough. Now you're starting to be a bit more aware of this possibility,
Yeah.
and yeah, you smell it on them, but also right now it sort of feel overwhelming because you realize everything feels like residual nightmarish realm elements.
Fair
The
enough.
infirmary, the beds, them.
But do I feel like it's still more strongly on them? Which like, do I feel like it's still actively like occurring for them? Like they're still in a nightmare, or can I tell that, or does it just feel residual upon them, like it does for the rest everything else?
I'd say you're used to it enough to feel like it's slowly returning to normal. As if someone had just thrown them in the bath and now they're slowly drying off.
Okay, I think that they're not stuck still in the nightmare realm. So I don't think they're coma. I don't think they're still asleep. So they'll either wake up in a bit, or it's something else going on. Their souls might just need time to heal.
I
Like
hope
a long
so.
rest. I will. Oh, I guess you're doing. We have to wait to see if there's any magic on them, though. So we'll do that.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of.
Ritual cast.
Give me another 8 minutes.
Well, we'll hang out for 8 minutes while you finish that.
You wait a few moments, you exchange a little bit with the healer who tells you that, that it's sort of an odd.
Oh, how long ago did this happen?
Probably in the last few hours. In the beginning, the first 3 or 4 hours, everything was so quiet and it was just so eerie. The light suddenly dimmed, and there was this feeling of just walking in a graveyard. It happened for a while. Some of you were missing. All of you were missing. Some of the masters were missing, and your bardic friend was also missing. Everything started to change a little bit when Barriage arrived. I found a place, he started meditating, and there was a small sense of hope returning. And then everything started to happen. Some people started to faint, and some people were just walking around, oddly, as if stuck in a nightmare, sleepwalking, grunting, but not doing anything. Investigation. Okay, so that would be Remy and
Me.
what is your passive investigation?
18.
18. Oh, good. it went up since the last time. All right, I feel like all of these values that I have can't be true. All right, so passive investigation, 18. Passive insight. Fisher.
For me?
Yeah, Fisher.
11.
Fisher.
Passive insight is 11.
And passive perception?
15.
15. All right, I knew you couldn't have 22 passive insight.
No, definitely not insight. I could have 22 passive investigation if with Karanad's help, but he's helping with Arcana currently.
Okay.
Which I might switch over soon.
All right, I feel like everything. I feel like I keep getting mixed up everything, so values are weird. Because passive insight and passive investigation. You know. All right. All right. Investigation, meaning Fisher, Remy. Tobiyashi, what's your... No, it's your insight. Okay, that's good. All right, no, okay, so Fisher and Remy have the highest passive investigation. So for you, it speaks a little bit more when he starts talking about Barrage, which Tobiyashi has told you before is a Naphthan. Naphthan are immune to being infected by negative plane energy. So there's an element of the moment he says that, oh, everything started to be better. Of course. He went inside. The white candles. Neisa worked with him. That's how the white candles were made.
No. We need to go talk to him.
He's still meditating right now. Supposedly stuck in a meditative trance.
We might want to keep him there because he might be helping the others.
All right.
Well, we have a moment as Fisher's doing this. Jorg, do you want to ask this medical dude if he's any of those other rare components he needed for the cure? Since now you know what you need for the cure.
You're muted.
Yeah, I'll ask him what we need for the cure.
Well, we
I
know
don't
what we
remember
need.
what it was.
We know what we need. We just need
I
to know
mean,
if he has.
if he's got what we need, that's what I meant.
Or if he has any of the other components, since he doesn't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very interesting. I can easily imagine properties of such plants. Yes, that's... Unfortunately, we do not have a whole lot of in reserve. For some reason, while all of this was happening, a lot of those plants started dying a few minutes ago. So we're going to have to replenish our supplies. And
A few minutes ago.
half an hour ago, that's right.
Ominous.
You had a short rest.
That's unfortunate.
Coincidental. Big coincidence.
Yeah, they just started dying off. I figured that it was probably because of the odd nature of whatever was happening.
Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking fireball.
Exactly.
Uh-oh.
That's
Our plan.
Everyone slowly looks at Fisher. I mean,
I'm busy.
He's busy. Do you know where we could easily gather? You know what? Screw it. Just we give him the list of what we need. Just give him the list of what we need to make the cure.
Yeah. Yeah, if you've got any dried in reserve or anything,
Or a good place to purchase or gather them, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh well,
Where would you get these hurt?
Oh, you'd probably um the best place for this would be either at Karlstad, which you know because Tobiashi and audience, you took a boat there to get to the island, so you know that it's the main port for the two islands. To go anywhere outside, they go to Estron, the main island where you've done most of your adventuring so far. And they can also leave the island chain. Otherwise, there's Sutien, which is another port city. There is Drakenmemoria, which would tell Fisher, which Fisher would remember because that's where you entered this island chain.
Okay, that's why it sounds familiar.
Yeah. And Narthair, which is the port city of the capital of this island chain, where the royal family lives. So he gives you those three cities and one port town, which would be the most likely place where you could find what you're looking for. So essentially what he told you is go place where they import stuff.
Right.
There's nowhere just to naturally gather them.
No, some of these plants come from outside of the island chain.
Okay, so we do have to...
See, it's not so bad.
Especially the main ingredients.
Never mind, it was bad. I know, I'm just kidding.
What?
Huh? Oh, it's nothing. I just tried to import some plants once and it backfired.
Takes a moment. How long ago was that?
Oh, a few years, 5 years ago. It was all lost at sea.
Well, it's probably nothing, but you might want to go to the next island chain. There is a small town that's in the middle of a really large hill field. It's hold on, I can't read at this at the size of the map. It's right next to Milsan. The town. There's a village to the east there. They have been doing their best to fight off a strange plant that appeared maybe 5 or 6 years ago. Initially, it was just a very lovely flower, a little red flower, Jord, that's really punches you in the stomach because your flower was giving a little red flower, but there was an odd mix that happened, and about a year ago, just a little bit more than that, all of the plants, all the flower turned black, and they started emanating this little wispy, shadowy fumes. Now they're infecting everything everywhere. They're just killing crops. Maybe it's not the same plant, but maybe you should investigate that.
I think I should. That sounds important.
No, Nah, I'm sure it's not related at all.
Yeah, no.
Like it's also super weird too. All the children are just screaming red rum, red rum.
Red rum.
Again, Fisher and Remy, passive investigation. Well, maybe Remy more. For you, Fisher, it's more of yeah. I don't know. I feel like I should know something about this. But for Remy, there's a brief moment where you hold on. Did he say about a year and a month ago? Then you start counting on your fingers. Didn't we banish a shadow dragon a year and a month ago? Somewhere.
Oh boy.
Somewhere. Again, none of this sounds like my fault.
It's just the description of the flower, suddenly having been infected by this shadowy fumes. It's probably...
That does mean there's definitely an island full of an entity that's pissed at us.
It probably doesn't have anything to do with all of you. It's probably just a coincidence.
Definitely.
He's playing ping pong in the background.
I'm guessing Jord, because when you said it, it stopped.
Nope.
Okay.
There is an NPR politics podcast in the background, so I'll turn off my mic.
Okay.
Well, that wasn't what I was hearing, but...
Well, it's not here because... Yeah, no, there's no sound right now. All right, well, it probably was in the monastery. 2 children were playing ping pong in the children's dormitory.
They're playing ball wall down the hallway.
Yeah. And it's a monk version of ball wall. They're using a coconut. That's why it...
Yeah.
Right. Okay, well... you're a druid. It's probably a bit more in your domain to figure this out. I don't know, red flowers may not be anything important, but I feel like flowers shouldn't be smoking,
Not unless they're on fire, so...
And I don't feel that they meant that red flowers were flowers on fire.
Did not sound like that.
Right, well, back to our whatever this is. Fisher's just about finished casting the spell, I think in real time. So
That's how good we are at roleplay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're not even trying. It just happens live. All right. Okay.
Do I see anything?
Well, you definitely see residual energy on all of them, but it's slowly fading away. You see that one of them seems to have a small bit of energy emanating from one of their pocket. And as you're watching this, they all seem to shine just a little bit, but you recognize that it's fading. You see this one monk that has this little shiny bit inside of one of their pocket. Looks like a small, round, flat object. It kind of looks like your coin. And you look around, you see the little children, doesn't have anything, and then suddenly your eyes go to the side. Oh God! The light! The power of the light! She has all of her equipment. She has her object. She has her magicals object.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing of the.
um, well, with her, it's sort of hard because it's like trying to stare at the sun. But if she's the same as everyone else, um, they're probably under the influence still of the nightmare realm, but it'll eventually fade off. It sort of confirmed what audience felt. It's probably going to fade off, and you'll know for sure if they're in a permanent coma when that influence dissipates for real. You should be settled with that. And judging from what you can see, it's probably going to happen somewhere within the next few hours. Which for you means during the night.
Yeah. Well, we'll see in the morning.
Yeah.
We still have some time before the ship comes, right? So
when you got here, it was 8 days. You helped clear some rubble the first day. So 7 days, you cleared rubble. 6th day, you found where the guy was. 5th day, you did all of your things. Day 4, this happens. So you're at the end of 4 day until.
So we have about 3 days left after we take a long rest.
Yeah.
Right.
Probably 3 days.
I guess this was. Did we ever find anything on all of our scouting that we did?
Oh yeah! Now that all the memories are slowly coming back.
Yeah. Do we ever find anything in all of our scouting or not?
No. Now that all the memories are slowly coming back of everything that happened during that day. You didn't find concrete proof, but you found a lot of rumors going about. Fishing ship, encountering in the distance a large group of ships. And this is the disturbing part about what they said. Whenever they tried to look at all the ship, they can tell you that they saw 8 ships. And every time they try to tell you what was in the middle of it, they just stop. They sort of have this moment, and it sort of was weird. In the middle, there was something, and they can never explain it. Now, for you knowing a little bit about magic, and since Fisher was with you, that sounds like some sort of memory obscuring spell. Someone cloaked something in the middle of those ship, which according to all eyewitnesses was very large, but it was cloaked visually, it was cloaked magically, and it was cloaked memory-wise. No one you talk to can tell you what it was. It's as if they were looking at this, and right in the middle, there was a black cloud.
Terrifying, but sure.
Not quite what you want.
Anyway, Fisher, learn anything from your dispel? Or not dispel, whatever it's called.
Audience and wizard. Whatever it's called.
Expansion.
Whatever it is
that kid's got a magic coin on him. Nace's got more magic shit than we do. But
okay.
Nothing. Yeah.
Is it fading? Or is it still solid on them?
Very slowly fading.
Yeah. Kind of,
Kind
but
of.
not it technically, but it's gonna take a while.
Okay. Well, it sounds like we won't know till morning then. You should probably take the coin if it has necro from the kid, so he doesn't have like a.
No, that's just a magic coin.
Oh, it's not like a Nightmare Realm coin.
Nightmare Realm coin.
No, right?
Well, it doesn't feel like that. It just feels like a
Yeah.
regular magical coin. Probably something similar to yours. Maybe for the same effect, maybe for a different effect.
Oh, okay. No, don't
Yeah.
take the kid's coin then.
Yeah, no, it's just a magic.
Wait, can we at least look at it?
Kind of like mine.
Well,
Can we look at it?
if you don't mind rummaging through the pockets of a unconscious monk in front of a master monk healer, sure.
I think we should leave the coin if it's not hurting him, Toby. It's his.
Well, I know
property.
that. I just wanted to see if it looked similar to the one that I gave to the dragon before he left, or before we left.
What is?
You want to know if a coin that you gave 1,500 years ago found its way inside of this monastery in the pocket of a guy?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
You never
Magic
know.
coins aren't like rare.
That's
So
true.
weird.
That's
It's like-
true. Hey, you never know. You never know. Everything's
Outside
been
of like
connected
weapons
so far.
and armor, it's like a coin is like pretty high up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We won't take a look. Watch this be a plot hole later on.
Because
we never checked the coin.
Huge thing we missed.
Such a huge
Well,
freaking.
what you really missed was
It
that
could
the
be.
coin was actually the last bead at the end of an anal bead chain that you were planning to buy.
God damn it.
All right. I'm gonna be honest. Even though we were kind of just asleep, we weren't actually. I'm tired, and I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna see if people are better in the morning.
We should probably get some rest.
I am. If I had to quantify it, I'd say I'm at least got one level of exhaustion.
I am exhausted.
Yeah.
Hey, is there an extra
How
bed in the
exhausted I
infirmary?
was on a scale of 1 to 6.
Man, that seems like a very arbitrary scale.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, trying to think. Oh, no. Okay, no, we're good.
Okay. So, you are assigned. Well, you already had your individual quarters. In case you're hungry, they're going to be serving a meal in about an hour, and then you can simply go back to your quarters, or you can go back now if you don't mind skipping a meal. Because I know all of the children would probably be there because that was scary for them. You know, that graveyard mood everywhere.
Yeah, let's go to my room.
I don't have any food. I'll just eat a ration. I don't feel like being around the people that may or may not have been beat up by us.
All right. And then I guess tomorrow we should go get probably the rest of those ingredients so you can make a cure so we can heal your healer friend.
Mm-hmm.
And also just have cures on hand.
Yeah.
When was the predator coming?
Couple days.
3 days and about a quarter.
Okay, so
Oh, before I go to sleep, I'd like to see if Longshot is on his way. I'll give him a call. See how
Okay.
close he is.
it takes a minute, as always, but Longshot tells you that he will be there tomorrow. He is
Let's go!
sleeping
Perfect timing.
tonight. He's sleeping in Tartaran, which is the only town on this island chain. And the midway point for anyone making the pilgrimage from Beltrad to your monastery. So he should be there sometime during the next day.
Airship pickup. Okay. All right. Well, we just went through the nightmare realm. A bunch of people are in a coma, and the predator should be here in the next 2 days, 3 days, 3.5 days, something like that.
Is
You got here
the town
fast.
with the ingredients or the import town? Are they within flying distance within that time frame?
Flying distance, yes. You'd need 4 days by foot. Well, 3 days if you don't mind sleeping outside. 2 days for a monk. And on the flying ship, probably a few hours.
Okay. So we could go get those ingredients.
Well, it's a chance to find them. It's not a guarantee.
Yeah. True. Do we have enough time to go get those ingredients
We have an airship.
before? Yeah.
The ping pong.
You actually have 2 airship. One of them you captured. The other one sort of belongs to Audience's cult. I mean religion. So
We have a lot of airships.
We do.
We got to use them in the battle.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still not sure what we're doing with my cult's ship. I was kind of planning on maybe just sending it back.
Well, for now it's still there. It hasn't received any new orders.
I mean,
It's legitimate salvage.
do we have a lot?
We
Do we have
one.
2?
We have 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't call 2 a lot.
But we kind of have our own now because we captured one.
True.
Yeah, but like I guess like compared to previously and like in general, sure, that's a lot. But like I guess compared to like, the
We could take over a small town.
yeah, but compared to the Predator,
Oh, yeah.
like yeah.
Well, I'll call the garden tomorrow too, and we'll see if there's any more updates on our quest
Because then we could go
I'll
pick
put out.
people.
to support us.
Well, technically, Longshot was supposed to have left the garden with people if there was anyone who answered. So you could always just recall him back.
We could call
Oh, yeah, I
Longshot.
should've
We
asked
could
him
call
that.
Longshot back.
I'll recall him. Hey, sorry to bother you. I know it's night and everything.
Alright,
You brought
I'm going
people
to
along
bed.
with you, right?
I'll go to bed too.
Yeah.
Hictrin is coming with me. Us monk gotta keep together.
Yeah. Well, we did put like a quest on the board. I don't know if anybody else came with you. That's what I was asking.
Oh, well, no one else is coming with me. But the garden was very empty right now. But fear not. Sira gave me this, and he shows another another small ball in front of this. It looks very similar to your communication device. It's a little surprise. I'm sure you'll love it very much.
All right. It's the full hill ball. Sounds good. All right. Thank you, Longshot. I do appreciate you coming again. Well, obviously, but
the way he's looking at you when he says this, because you rolled a natural one, you sort of recognize that he is trying very hard not to start laughing hysterically when he says that he's got a very nice
It's a
surprise that's
surprise?
going to help you a lot.
God.
So it is a surprise that's going to help you a lot. He's not joking about this, but he doesn't appear to want to tell you.
We'll see what it is tomorrow.
You know, he's sort of like a small child who says to his parent, "No, I didn't buy you anything for Christmas."
God, what is he bringing? It's not from the gnomes, is it?
Who knows? There's no way to tell.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow.
You should ask when he's gonna be here.
Oh, he said tomorrow.
Oh, he's here
Sometime
tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
maybe we get back from getting the.
For a normal person, it would be 2 days away, but for a monk, he's just a day away. If you let him travel on his own, he's probably going to be arriving just a little bit before the evening meal. And he says he's traveling with another monk, so he's not going to be delayed by that. So,
Fair enough.
Hictren is another monk of the another member of the garden.
Okay.
You have seen him on a few occasions, and he is. Hold on. He is a half-elven male monk. You never really spent time with him, so you don't know what kind of specialization he has. Alright. So, you all go to bed.
Sleep.
Fisher, you just go into sentry mode. You have a few interesting places. You know, you can go to your room, but there are two gardens, one large garden and one garden for guests. You know, it's very peaceful if you don't mind the slowly evaporating feeling of a graveyard. Otherwise, there are some very interesting places where you can go. You know, if you want to smell like fermenting cheese in the morning, there's always where they make the cheese.
I think I would try meditating.
Okay.
See if I can get back to that subconscious room I haven't gone to in a while.
Okay, getting there. Okay. So that would be a wisdom roll.
This one's a check, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have it. It's flat now, right? No, it's +1 now. 11.
Well, it's getting easier for you because it's the inside of your own mind. You're in the right place. You sort of manage it, but it feels like you've managed to do this. And you know when you are dreaming and you do something really stupid, like try and touch something, and suddenly you start feeling like the dream is fading, and you know, oh shit, no, come on, the dream's.
Yeah,
I like that dream.
you're dreaming, but then you wake up just enough to the point where you kind of realize you're dreaming, but you're still trying to interact with the dream, but then
Yeah.
it wakes you up.
So you find yourself in that state. So you know that you're there, but it's not gonna last. So maybe you have time to do a few things. That's it.
Uh-huh. I think I'm just gonna go look for specifically all the past shit about the um uh fuck.
It's hard for me to help you
Brain
if you don't
fart.
finish the
Yeah.
sentence.
All of our previous encounters with the what I assume is now called the Eyes of the Abyss, but and its agents and stuff, and look for anything. See if I can put together any pieces that.
That's a hard
Now that
one.
we kind of.
That's not a lot of things that's inside of you.
Well, I guess I'm assuming that. I guess I also wasn't there at the temple at one time.
Well,
Yeah.
Audience has talked a little bit about his experience with you. Did you talk with Audience? Did you talk to the rest of the group about that initial encounter you had when you had to choose between the favors of 4 gods or 4 godly entities?
Nope, just
No?
Fisher.
You only talked to Fisher about it.
I think Remy might have been there.
Okay. Well, in that case, okay.
Toby and Jorg were doing other things.
Yeah.
I think Toby
Whereas
was
the other
mad
thing,
at the princess.
Yeah. I'm assuming this is what it is, but I'm kind of trying to see if it does connect. If the Eyes of the Abyss is the name for the tentacle thing that a lot of the hunter cult higher ups that we've ran into have kind of unleashed. And the same thing with the symbol that's hard to look at and doesn't make sense.
Whew. All right, make an investigation roll.
You should roll that 20. This would be a good time to.
I rolled an 8, so that's a 16.
Oh.
It's one away from a nat 20 on the die. It's as close as you can get.
Without
That's
getting
good enough.
Let me show you how to do it.
natural 1.
Nah, I rolled a 15.
Okay.
Still less than me.
No, not in total. Like on the die.
Yeah, but your intelligence
Yeah,
says
in
that
total it's still
it's still lower.
Yeah.
Oh no, yes, I wasn't actually rolling. I wanted to show. I wanted to show him how to roll that 20.
All right, so what you're looking for, you're really grasping at straws there, trying to figure out anything you can. There's just not enough information in everything you've heard so far that allows you to connect everything together. The only memory that keeps coming back is the first time Audience talked to you about that vision where he chose between the 4 gods.
Uh-huh.
Or the 4 godly entities, I should say. And it sort of hops to one thing where Audience felt like the entity that feels like staring at the end of all that is goes back to when audience talked about what he found at the bottom of the lake, and the garden did tell him not to talk to anyone about it, but eventually, because of all you've seen, you were sort of told that the end is not something that you should be worrying about, because it's the reason why they have their secretive protocol that's preventing them from helping you too much. Because if they draw too much attention, the end will come to your world, and it will literally be the end. It's the name says it all. When an entity, when a godly entity's name is called the end, because he represents the end. So
It's the entity.
oh.
But okay, but I'm not connecting the end with the eyes of the abyss. Am I? Or am I thinking those are...
No, the only memory,
Okay.
like I said, that memory goes with the piece of metal that audience found at the bottom of the lake.
Yeah.
The only link you can find is the first time that audience talked about seeing those 4 godly entities, and he told you that it was inside of the first time you went into the dream. That was the first time. That was when he had that choice the first time. Which sort of... You see a footnote on one of the book that you take, a footnote inside of your mind. That sort of has a little question mark. You thought you could hide... You thought you could move out of my reach by hiding through time.
I don't think I ever asked this. What does the symbol of the god that makes me feel like giving up actually look like? The dark one. The one that's not the end, not the moon, and not the sun. What does that symbol actually look like?
It feels like staring down into the abyss.
Yeah, but does it have like a visual? Because you said they saw it. Like they saw the 4 images appear. So what does the actual like image look like?
It is a large, vast mass of shadow. Initially, it just feels like you're looking at a very, very dense black fog. But if you look carefully, you can notice inside of there is the triangular shape of a dragon head and 2 glowing eyes. But for you, it's even more so. Giving in, the meaning of the word as a paladin has more weight, I'd say, for you. Because giving in, it also means giving in into easiness, giving in into the easy solution to solving a problem. If you just lied at that moment, everything would have gone well. If you'd killed that person, he wouldn't have come back. But instead, you chose to tell the truth. Instead, you chose to give them a chance. For you, giving in also means this. Giving in to the easy, the darker nature. It's like forsaking your oath as a paladin, breaking it intentionally, letting yourself slip slowly to evil.
See. So I'm hearing next time I get those choices, if I pick that, I get to be an oath breaker? Is that
With everything that would come of this inside of my world. There are consequences. It's not just, I'm going to do this.
Everybody knows when the evil path comes with all the cool power.
Yeah.
That's the
Are
whole
you
point.
saying I can't just pay 1,000 gold to go back?
So yeah, for everyone else, giving up can simply mean becoming lethargic, letting evil win. But for you, audience, because you're a paladin, it has more weight.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
So yeah, it definitely does feel like there is resemblance to this, especially when you take into everything you saw. The image of that creature, how it looked when it was climbing above the organ and watching all of you, telling most likely audience because he was looking in your general direction, but also he seemed to target audience several times. You come, how did he say it exactly? let's keep, let's stay consistent. Once again, you come to me. Audience did not know how and why, but he found himself in front of that entity before. So with this, and especially since you kind of have a good investigation capability, the eyes audience haven't been given a choice. Yeah, he was basically having a choice between giving in to the entity which was brutalizing him, calling out for help from his own god, calling out from help from something that feels so much more powerful than anything audience have ever seen before, represented by the glorious sunrise and the end, which, although you've never felt, audience has before said that it was the only thing in his life which ever scared him.
Yeah.
Which is nothing, because paladin become immune to being frightened at one point, so it's not nothing that someone immune to being frightened would call this the only moment where he was afraid. Meaning that this thing was so powerful, it just managed to blow through this sheet of protection that his own god is giving him without difficulty.
Alright, so do we all
You all,
or does anyone else?
yeah, you all come back. That's as far as I can go, giving you those little sort of like those mental note that
That's fair.
those
I'm gonna do some research into it. So.
those unconscious connection that passive investigation can give. You all wake up. Well, one of you has a little dream, an additional
Avery, I
dream.
think we can hear you, by the way. We can hear your background.
NPR podcast.
Well, fortunately and unfortunately, that's because, Avery, you also have a little dreaming moment.
Ooh.
Yeah. As everyone is slipped into the darkness and fell asleep, pondering about everything that happened, and Fisher literally going through his mind, trying to figure out things. There is a brief moment where you wake up and you're surrounded by nature. It's a very pleasant, very welcoming feeling. It's been a while. You know, you're a priest. You had vision before, but it's been a while since you had visions like this. And of course, being a priest, you recognize rather rapidly that, okay, this is something different. It feels like something is talking to you. So you start becoming very aware of everything that's happening around you. You look around, you see a forest, you see in the distance over there human settlements. You sort of feel a small dread toward the human settlements, but you also recognize that this dread is not coming from you. It's coming from the dream itself. It's coming from whatever is creating that dream. It's not an absolute horrid, let's destroy everything, I'm scared of it dread. It's just a ugh kind of feeling when you look at it. But that's not what draws your attention. You see this little child, maybe 10 feet away from you. He's staring in the sky. You immediately recognize the demeanor of a child that's scared. What do you do? Now you have to put
I will.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's in the distance.
He's not far away. Like I said, he's maybe 10,
Okay.
15 feet away. But he's not looking at you. He's looking at the sky.
I will go to the child.
He's at most, you think, 4 or 5 years old. Human age. He's looking at the sky, and you approach him. He doesn't react to you. You can recognize, being so close, that he's shaking. Not from anticipation, but fear.
Uh-oh. I want to look where he's looking.
You don't see anything in the sky. Well, you sort of notice that the sky is of a duller color than usual. Usually, it's supposed to be a very bright, beautiful morning with just a few dollops of clouds floating. But there is this little fading of color that makes it feel slightly brownish. You sort of feel that coldness coming from the sky, that little cold wind. It makes you feel uneasy. You're muted again.
I'll ask the kid, what do you see? If he can hear me.
The kid turns around and looks at you. He stares at you directly in your eyes. And this is the most unsettling thing you've ever seen in your life. Even though that child is probably 4 or 5 years old, that stare in his eyes, it feels like you're watching someone older than anything you've ever seen before. But the fear in his eyes it feels near hysterical in nature. He looks at you and he opens his mouth, and instead of words, all you hear is this deafening scream of terror. It feels like everything is just gonna be blown apart. Your soul itself feels like it just wants to disconnect from your body and hide somewhere. It wakes you up so hard. You're inside of your room, your hands are sweating, you're holding the side of your cot so hard that it feels like the nails are starting to give in. From your perspective, you know exactly what that was. That was a nature god. There is a nature god right now who is scared out of his senses about something coming.
Uh-oh.
And you have just been warned about it. And this is where we can take our break.
All right.
Bit earlier than usual, but it's the normal time that long ago I said we would take our breaks.
Like, what is normal?
We still take breaks. No.
Yeah, we just
I
take
know.
it usually half an hour later.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna let you.
All right.
I'm gonna let you ponder that little element.
Mm-hmm.
Are you pondering what I'm pondering? I think so,
Or-
Brian. But
I am pondering
That's
the
exactly
old
what I was
brother.
gonna say. I think so, Brian. But how are you gonna get the hippopotamus inside of the car? All right. See you in 15 minutes. Bye.
See you.
Hello, and we're back. Don't worry, we're not gonna have a whole bunch of. Oh, yeah, good. Oh, yeah, nice. The only one we're missing is Tobiashi. All right. Tobiashi's the one stuck in the bathroom this time. Yeah. All right. He decided to go take the shower he didn't have time to take when we started. All right. So, oh yeah. Unless you fell asleep in the in their little garden, you won't hear marsh sounds when you wake up. All right. So, 3 days until apocalypse arrive. Jorg wakes up with a cold sweat and so much fear inside of you because although it was a dream, it was still an avatar of a god. And from your perspective, it sort of makes sense because nature is neither old or young. Nature is always both at the same time. So there's always something new. It's always growing, always becoming something new. So it makes sense that a god could picture himself as a child, because a child is always growing, always evolving, and always changing right now. But it's been a
That does make sense.
It's been a while since you had any sort of dreams that hit you this hard. It's normal when you start linking yourself through fate to a god. But, whew. I mean, last time you had a nightmare, it was when the two moons in the sky became new moons at the same time, which is a time where the evil god, one of the four founding god of your world, makes fun of everyone in the world and show them nightmarish vision. So it was sort of it's been a while for you. You wake up with this. No one else had any dreams.
Is everyone else awake when I wake up? Or is it
Probably it's sort of the normal moment for you to wake up. Probably because of the dream, you may have woken up a few minutes before everyone else. You know, everyone else will wake up slowly and then you go, already? Oh, damn. But you just, so you sort of wake up a little bit faster than everyone else, but roughly at the same time.
there's something terrible happening?
Well, you're all in different rooms in the same corridor,
we're all
but
in
you're all in
different
different rooms. So
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll go bang on audience's door since he's got experience with gods.
Sure. I'll open the door.
Remy sneaks out the window.
Completely naked. No, sorry.
Ooh.
No, okay.
It's like that Scott Pilgrim meme where audience opens the door and Remy jumps out the back window.
What's up, Joy?
sneaks back into Tobiashi's room.
I had a nightmare involving gods.
Oh. What gods?
some nature god. He's in grave fear of something.
He's in grave fear of something. Do you know what?
Mm-mm. It was pretty vague. It was just a child looking at the sky and trembling in fear.
Mm. Well, maybe it means it's something from the sky then. We did see the other vision, or one of us at some point saw the other vision of like all the tentacles like banging on like the shield around our world. Maybe just something to do with that.
Yeah, when we were teleporting, I think, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's getting closer to getting in. That would probably terrify a nature god.
Did it have something to do with the plants?
I think everything is connected, and we're just not sure how to solve it all right now.
It's kind of what it's feeling like.
I have this feeling like everything is connected right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna go see if our patients are awake, or if they're dead.
That's a good idea.
I'm hoping more for awake than dead.
Yeah, I would prefer that too.
Alright.
Alright.
We'll see if anyone else is awake. I guess I'll see if other people are awake first. I'll go to all the rooms before I head down.
Well,
tell them I'm going
Fisher,
down.
you probably heard someone talking that you recognize the voice inside of the hallway, so you have a good reason to look outside on your own. And Jorg visiting audience first? That's so weird.
Oh, hurtful.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were friends. What's y'all talking about?
Jorg has just finally come to realize that audience is the greatest. Okay.
I mean, audience is the one that has dreams about gods, so I'll tell Fisher what I just told the audience.
Audience was a little less interested when it didn't involve a draconic god, but
I actually the only part that made me less interested is when I found out it wasn't a hot fire lady.
It wasn't
fair.
a hot nature chick. That's
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because then I could have been like, oh well, we helped her before, but no.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
This is just some random kid.
Well, primordial and gods are entities of similar strength and power. The difference between the two being gods take most of their power from the people worshipping them, while primordial are just powerful entities, period. They don't need worship. Which sort of
they worship
is,
themselves enough.
Well, it's sort of a nice and a bad thing, because a god will grow in power if more people worship him, but he can also lose power if too many of his followers dies. But a primordial just stays powerful. He doesn't really grow all that much, but he doesn't lose power either.
Unless, of course, somebody leaves open a hole to the, say, for example, the elemental plane of water, and it leaks into the elemental plane of fire.
Yeah, usually they have a way to seal those things. Usually.
Yeah, that sounds important to seal.
Well,
Got a leak.
let's not mention this again if some of my old players are watching the stream. So there's a group that had to deal with that. Didn't leave a good nightmare-free day. So all right. So Fisher, Jorg explains it to you. Remy, well, audience spoke, so it woke you up. And you hear the explanation that Jorg is giving to Fisher. Tobiashi is sleeping,
yeah.
But it's roughly at the same time as you wake up, so I don't know. I'm leaving it to you. Did you
I
arrive?
probably would have got up. I would have started walking to the infirmary.
You see Jorg talking to everyone. Hey, everyone. And he just
hey, guys.
I don't care about your godly things.
all the light gods are something we believe in.
So yeah, Fisher, Jorg tells you about this very disturbing dream he had. Because, it's not the same thing, a human being scared and a god being scared. There's a difference in power. You're muted.
Yeah, sorry. I was munching on wheat thins.
Okay.
Nobody wants to hear that. Jorg, do you know of any specific god that, did you recognize it? Or did you just kind of recognize it as its domain?
I recognized it as its domain, but I didn't recognize it specifically.
Okay.
It just came to me as a child
Of
Is
nature.
there a specific
of nature.
nature deity that you are more connected to? Or are you just kind of about nature? Because I know your spellcasting is technically divine.
That's a bit of an odd subject. Some druid and ranger say that they take their power directly from nature, but somewhere along the chain there has to be a god allowing this. So are druids and rangers submitted to God? Some pray directly to gods, some pray directly to nature. But then again, a god is the physical embodiment of something. So the idea that a god may represent nature is also valid. So that's really up to you, Jorg.
I would say I worship more nature in general, and the gods, as long as they align with my views on nature, are all equally important to me.
So in your world, the highest possible authority in nature god would be Rosek, one of the 4 founding god of the world. Augater was the god of light. Rosek became the god. Augater is the god of light, justice, and valor. Rosek, wisdom, knowledge, and balance. Pleather is freedom, spontaneity, and open-mindedness. Sedunt, not Schult, Sedunt is an evil god, which most people don't tend to talk about, but cultures like the Drashari elf, the dark elf, it is a bit more prominent in their pantheon of god they worship. So those are the 4 founding god, the 4 first god to start answering prayers after the shattering.
What was the first one again?
Augater, the all-seeing light. He is the highest representation of light. So
that's
lawful good.
I'd say that's the one I generally.
Augater would be more something that audience would worship. As for you, Rosek, which is the god associated with nature, wisdom, knowledge, and balance, that would be where druids would
the one
more likely go to. That's the highest entity representing nature in your world.
But do I know who the child was representing?
That's really hard to say. For you, it is difficult to imagine that Rosek could be scared of something because you know no god greater than the 4 founding gods. But there are minor gods, which may be something represented by the fact that it is a child also. Smaller gods of nature or aspects of nature. The turtle that was inside of the garden, the one that died.
Right.
Yeah, worshipped Sansan, which was one of the second generation god, the second wave of god that started answering prayers. And he is a nature god, but he is more of a summer nature god. So druids wouldn't worship him because he doesn't represent the balance. He just represents one aspect of nature. But he would be considered an ally in some situation.
Yeah. Can you spell what was the Rosek?
Rosek. Rawsek.
Cool. I have that written down now. Yeah, but I can't imagine Rosek himself would come to me in fear.
Tobiyashi, there's
I'll tell that.
probably a representation of Pieter somewhere in your monastery. It does have elements that speak to monks.
It'd probably be in the garden. You can go check there. But as you see, we have a bunch of statues around here. So pinpointing exactly which one I think it was, we don't just worship one light god.
So Pieter's alignment would more be would closer would let's do this again. Would closer be to chaotic neutral. Unpredictable, but slightly leaning toward good also. But it's not his main focus, good or bad. He's spontaneous. Well, it's spontaneous.
Just a chaos gremlin.
I got one of those. Looks at my pendant.
Well, that's a gnomish god. Do I have it here? Hold on. Yeah, Kinsit.
Oh yeah, the Kinsit pendant. That's what it's called.
Gnomish god of mischief.
He's been cool so far.
Yeah, he did humiliate you once or twice, but you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, to answer you, Jorg, yeah, you'd be very surprised that Rosek would have been the one scared like this, because he's supposed to be protecting your world, and if one of the four guardians of your world is scared, then what the heck is that thing?
Wow.
But minor gods. But it also speaks to the fact that this means that some minor gods of your world are starting to feel a danger.
Anxiety? Yeah.
And for you, Jorg, it also means that it relates to how it can affect the world. Because a nature god would think about the world, the life, the plants, animals. If it's scared, then this means there's a god somewhere that's scared about nature not recovering.
Yeah.
A permanent balance change.
Which is kind of weird, because the hunter god was like a nature-y god,
it's
right?
a fallen nature god.
Yeah.
One that lost its balance. It spent so much time in captivity by another god that it went insane.
Okay.
And it let its darker nature take over.
What is the worst part of like living in?
Oh,
You could have like so much snow, and you'd walk through the
well, welcome to the club.
I did not realize you guys were going through this.
It's fucking trippy, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Well,
We had it 2 hour delay. I showed up 50 hours late.
just another
Yeah,
day in
what-
life.
Yeah.
I guess
Wait, what god
We
did you
gotta-
dreamt about, Toby?
Did I have dreams of?
Have you had a god dream?
No, none in particular. Just dreams in
Okay.
general.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, that's not true. You did have a god. You did dream about a god once.
Yeah.
He forced you to realize that life is not about what gods
Oh,
want you to do.
yeah.
It's about what you decide to
Fucking
do.
guy.
Like if I for a house, I wouldn't want that. Yeah.
And the worst of it is that he forced you to say it out loud.
Like from the
Can't believe
-1 all the way down.
Anyways,
Never like felt.
I wonder if this ties in with the monastery.
I think your microphone is
I
too
did-
far away. You keep.
Because my feet was like straight up.
Yeah, it didn't like that.
Oh.
Oh, my mom.
I did
that
see
better?
all those
Yeah.
gods die
Yeah.
one time.
Like, she
Yeah. I hope
We got to see the
I hope
crossroads
what we're
guys,
doing
man.
now is gonna help.
Well, it sounds like that was like the end making its way through the cosmos.
Well, I want to see how many more. Like, there's got to be a lot of dust underneath that thing now. If it's making other gods freak out, there's so many pendants that had to have been destroyed.
Well, I think that's different. We're dealing with a couple different evil gods on different scales of
Oh yeah.
spooky, I think. Or not dealing with, are aware of.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't say we're dealing with. The end. That's not something you can deal with. So
Mhm.
All right, I'm gonna go check on our friends.
good call.
It does feel like something
Move
the audience
forward.
would really do. Everyone's talking, and then you suddenly lost interest. And all right, I'm gonna go see what our friends are doing. So audience. All right. So audience leaves the hallway. Apparently with Tobiashi. Does Fisher George? Well, I don't have to ask Remy. All right. So you keep talking about gods as you're going to the infirmary. When you arrive in the infirmary, you realize that most of the people that were there last night don't seem to be there right now. There are still maybe one or two people still there. The child still hasn't woken up. There's two monks that haven't woken up also from the last time. Neisa hasn't woken up, and now they have taken in Barrage. But he
Barrage.
simply seems to, yeah, you're a Naftan master. He doesn't seem in a coma. He just seems in a very deep sleep. So maybe it's just exhaustion.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
Just looking at his breathing, you sort of see that he's not as deeply affected as the others.
Any changes?
Well, most of the
Seems
people
like
that
some of them.
yeah, some of them actually started waking up during the night. There's that little feeling of graveyard stroll that sort of left this place a little bit. It's like the air seems to just be circulating a little bit better. Most of them woke up. I think they're gonna be fine. They were talking about very confused imagery of monsters just chasing them and attacking them while they were doing their things and throwing fireballs and things like this.
Oh God.
Sounds about right.
Well, so random.
Yeah. I'm sure they learned their place from those dreams. No, I'm kidding.
So,
What about the ones that haven't woke up? Is there like, you think there's something more going on, or you think they just maybe had a stronger effect than the others, so just need more time?
Oh, I don't know. Probably just need more time, you know. They might have been affected by a natural 20. I mean, they might have been affected by something deeper while they weren't there.
wait, what happened to the body of the dude though?
I think it blew up, kind of.
The guy that we were inside?
Yeah.
He's just dead.
Yes. I'm pretty sure he's very dead.
Yeah, no, we did find a body inside of one of the rooms. We've already sent it to the morgue. There really was nothing we could do. It wasn't alive anymore. Well, I guess I didn't take into consideration that maybe some of you might want to bring him back to life. I don't know how that's gonna go, but you know, we could always bring him back here if you want.
His soul has been corrupted and taken by the shadow. What remains is nothing but flesh.
Yeah, no, he was a really bad guy. And I get just to let you know, there's been other people who've been scheming on this place for a very long time. I don't think it was just him.
Oh, that's
from what we saw.
That's a little bit ominous. So, care to elaborate more on this? Have you already talked to the head of the monastery about this?
No, we should probably do that. We were kind of exhausted yesterday. We needed some rest.
Well, the experience was different for a lot of people.
Let me do this before I go. I'm going to go up to Nerissa and use 5 points of lay on hands in case it's any disease or something that's affecting them. Okay. Cool.
Interesting.
That should help if there's something, like, maybe. Okay.
Can you roll a spell attack for me?
Can I roll a spell attack?
Yeah.
Yes.
Attack roll for your casting.
Plus 6. 16.
All right. You concentrate, feel the light, you push the light inside of her body. There's a small reaction from her body. You just see her body tense up a little bit, and you feel reaching out dark impulses of energy, just trying to push themselves into you. You recognize the feel of the nightmare realm. You concentrate more, and with a little bit of difficulty, you manage to rip them out of her body. And your entire hand feels numb from that. But,
Oh, I didn't expect that. Okay, maybe I've done more than I thought I did.
Noise.
You do recognize that her breathing has become a little bit stronger. Right now, if you had to guess, she may simply be in a exhaustion-induced sleep and not a coma. So she may actually wake up in a day or two.
You know, what can I say? I'm the goat. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I improvised a little bit. I didn't expect it.
I guess I'll do that to the kid as well, now that I know there might be something inside them.
Okay.
I'll make another
Yeah, I
spell
could try to
attack.
spell magic too, but it might be too powerful for me.
That's a 21 for the child.
Oh, that one feels so much easier to do. Your roll was much higher than his. So maybe it's because you know what's going to happen that you're not surprised by it. Maybe it's just because it's a child, so less of the influence was there, or You don't know what combination of things it is, but it's much easier this time. You concentrate, you push in the light, the blackness just pours out, and you rip it out of the body of the little child. He starts breathing easier also. All right, well, there are 2 monks and a master.
Well,
Alright. Well, I'll just make my 3 rolls. Let me use my 15 points.
I guess we should go tell my master the information we got.
2, 3. Alright. First 2 rolls are for the regular monks. Last one is for the master if there's a different DC.
Okay. Which were the rolls? The results?
Okay, so 1 was a 14 plus 6, so that was a 20. The second one, which was an ugly running monk, which a 12. And the last one was a 19 for the master.
Okay. So, concentrate on the first one. You push in the light. It struggles a little bit, but you manage to rip out the shadows from inside of him. And his breathing becomes more stable. Feeling confident with this. Sort of a, hey man, look at me. I'm the hero of this. Alright. You concentrate on the other one and you push in the light. But this one fights back so much harder. The power comes out and it grips your hand. It starts pulling you toward it. You even feel the light inside of you starting to lose this tug of war and being absorbed inside of him. The shadow is winning on this one. Do you try and keep going as far as you can, or do you give up?
I guess I'll use the other roll for that. So instead of the third roll being for the master, the next roll I'll make, I'll do it is a oh, well, if I had guidance for it, then it would be a 19 plus a d4. So it'd be a 22.
Can I cast guidance when I see you struggling?
You can try and assist me. You're a druid.
Yeah,
you have healing
I'm doing
capabilities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What did you cast exactly, Jorg?
Guidance.
Okay. That's how you help him.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got this.
I'm not dispelling magic while you're trying to heal him with magic. That would be...
Yeah.
So you hear
Counterproductive.
George starting to pray for you. You feel that little surge of energy, that annoying
George just
surge
goes
of
tossing
energy
prayers.
that feels like fresh cut grass. You know, oh damn, George.
I'll try to focus on just the divine part of it.
You push in as far as you can and as strong as you can, and Jorg's help allows you to not be absorbed by the darkness. Unfortunately, you feel it winning. You feel it strangling the body inside of which it is. And you pull out just in time so that your own light doesn't get pulled inside. You were fighting against a natural 20.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna be like, I think that monk's screwed. I think the nightmare got him. It almost got me too.
Damn.
I think
It
he's.
feels like he fell even deeper inside of that coma.
I think he may die. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna try, I guess, on the master. Although there's obviously a risk to this.
Yeah. Now you are aware of it. If you fail, the person falls too deep inside the shadows.
Let me try to help with my key points, guys. Here you go.
Does anyone have any divine energy they can add to mine to help me like cast this? I know.
No.
I can do guidance.
Well, just as a side note, it might be possible to weaken the effect before trying to fight it. Like if we're literally
Oh,
competing
that's
against a
true.
natural 20, it's like it sounds more like rather than relying on a 1 in 20 chance, then maybe reduce the effect of their thing instead.
Well, we know it is a nightmare thing, so we could dispel.
Bane 'em.
No. I
Could try
could.
and dispel the effect.
Oh, I
and
know what
then
I can do.
it.
I know what I can do. I am gonna level 3.
Also,
Instead
I will cast enhance ability charisma on you to give you advantage.
I am before I try the lay on hands. I am actually gonna level 3 remove curse. I'm gonna cast a remove curse.
Okay.
There's not anything I could
On
do.
the master.
I
So I
could
think it'd
quicken
be
healing
more
him.
remove curse than dispel magic.
But I'm pretty sure my master could stillness of mind himself. I don't know why he hasn't done that yet.
Well, that's something you have to do. And if you're not like conscious, then how do you do that?
And then after I remove curse, I'm gonna use another 5 points of divine energy on him.
Okay. Okay. So you cast remove curse on him, and it does feel like something breaks a little bit inside of this, as if the touch of nightmare loses its ability to draw energy from the nightmare realm. So you may have taken away the ability of that element to fight back.
It wasn't because no one showed up.
And then I'm gonna, and then I said I'm gonna use 5 more points of lay on hands to try and heal him with a roll of. Is anyone giving me anything? Sorry, you said you were giving me
Advantage.
enhance. You're giving me
Oh,
advantage. Okay.
Oh, you know what? Just
With enhance ability.
maybe for good luck, Raimi will take one of their still many bottles of holy water and just wash audience's hands with it before he applies.
Okay. Does that do
Gotta
anything?
leave it
Damn!
quick.
Well, you've never felt that much like a priest before. You know, your hands have been washed by holy water. You've been someone cast intense charisma on you.
Guys, I think it's okay. What if the rolls from the advantage was a nat 20? And I will say it was actually the second one, Fisher. So it's your advantage.
I got you.
The nat 20.
I was
Plus
about to
that
put
for
some key
6
points
for
in there
for
too,
26.
man.
You just reach your hands into his chest, pull out his heart, like whoops.
Plus the guidance.
So
But yeah, 20, sure. Plus the guidance on the for if you want the guidance as well, it was it was and I even rolled a nat 4 on the guidance, so it was a 30
Hell
on top of a
yeah.
nat 20. There you
it feels like you're divine smiting a mouse. You you just reach down and start pulling out. It feels like it's not resisting. It's just some dead, ugly spider thing that you're just yanking out from his body. It barely puts up a resistance. You feel it pulsing in your hand, and you just go, "Ah!" And you feel the energy dissipate. That righteous moment from your priestly belief.
You know what I am gonna do as well, even though this uses the other third spell? I'm glad I saved the master, but I'm actually gonna cast remove curse on the guy that might have already gone too deep, not to necessarily save him, but to cut
Give
any
him a
remaining
chance?
connection. Well, to cut any remaining connection to the nightmare realm, so that it doesn't actually have a connection and have any more ill effect on the potential, plane or others here.
All
since
right.
I technically never drew out the shadow. So even if he is beyond saving, I want to make sure that the nightmare realm itself is cut.
All right. So he's gonna have pleasant coma-induced dreams instead of a never-ending nightmare.
Yeah. If I can't save him and he remains the rest of life in his coma, it is what it is. But
Okay.
you know,
You cast.
I'll be like this. Yeah.
You cast
Let's see
remove
what-
curse, and it does feel like something broke. The connection to the nightmare realm probably was severed. So slowly but surely, the effect of the nightmare is going to wear off on him. Hopefully, it means he may wake up one day, but you're not sure.
All right, I'll turn back to the doctor. Well, now that I've done your job for you, I'm gonna knock.
That's gonna be 30K in medical
Yeah,
fees.
that's gonna let Narissa know when she wakes up she owes me the Godric. No, okay.
Sorry, your insurance didn't cover it.
Your insurance, the insurance was making sure we were safe inside the dream.
Dragon's
Yeah,
just
your
sitting there
insurance didn't
like,
cover it
is
all.
this
No.
some American joke? I'm too Canadian to understand.
No, I know enough about the United States to know what you're talking about. I haven't lived it, but I know what you're talking about.
No. I'll be like, all right, I've done what I can for all the patients here. I believe everyone, but I'll point at that guy, will wake up within the next couple days. I believe he may take longer. He may never wake up, but I have cut the connection to the nightmare realm, so at least he will have pleasant dreams as he rests in his coma, and I believe his soul may at least not be taken if he does end up perishing.
Well, we'll do our best to try and make him at ease if he never wakes up. Probably consult with a priest of a different faith. Maybe mercy killing would be applicable here.
Whoa.
but-
I'll come to cover's not known. Don't talk about mercy killing in front of Toby. Shh, calm down.
I was like, what?
Don't go crazy.
I'm like, yeah, that might be good. We might need to do it now, actually. If I'm gonna be
Toby is not
He's never gonna wake
infected.
up.
He's not infected.
He's
Stand down.
infected. You just said he was infected. You just...
I just meant that it would be nice to send his soul to an interesting afterlife. Not that he needs to be decapitated.
All right. We have to go see if we can find some of those herbs that you were mentioning. But yeah, we'll be back. Hopefully the patients will be doing better.
Hopefully, yes. All right. Well, that was an interesting thing to see.
We got about 3 more days till everything goes to shit again, so gotta make the
Oh,
most of it.
nice. I'll prepare medical supplies.
Yeah.
Just hoping that whatever happened to all of our medical supplies inside of the infirmary doesn't happen to our reserves.
Yeah. It won't, right, Fisher?
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
There you go.
I don't see why. But
Let's go talk to my master, guys.
I don't know.
We have
I don't know what
information.
you're talking about.
Tobiyashi, you know your masters enough to know that he probably realized that there's something fishy about all of it. He's just not asking question out of because he's polite.
All right, let's go talk to the headmaster, guys. We got to go relay
Oh, okay.
information.
I'm gonna go get the ship ready.
Okay.
I
all right.
might also send the other ship back unless you feel we have a need for it.
I don't know. It might help with the attack, but if you don't want to lose it, I could see it not
I mean,
staying here.
yeah. I feel like we want.
Even though it's banned by my religion. But you guys don't trust.
Well, there's a lot of people inside a monastery. You could.
Well, if the ship, if the predator is as scary as we've seen it, or at least as Fisher remembers it, having 2 ships might not do anything. Having 1 ship might not do anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, if you want it here, we can keep it here.
We could.
we
I
could
was
keep
also
one.
thinking we could commandeer its ballista.
Weapon, it's ballista. Well, yeah, to
and
fortify
then send it
the.
back.
Yeah.
I
To
could sure.
fortify,
I can
think.
ask if we could take the guns off the other ship.
Because I feel like, I mean, it might. It I don't know how useful like 2 ballista will be, but I feel like.
It'd at least give more of a fighting chance because, like they
Yeah,
said, their
because
shield is old.
right as it was,
Their shield is old. They had no ballistas. There was nothing going.
you can't
to
just
protect
sit
this
there and
place.
take a pounding and hope they get bored and walk away.
Anyways, yeah.
Why are you laughing, Toby?
I'm sorry. It was a joke that Remy made earlier.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, If we could send the other ship back, but if we could commandeer, we could send both ships back. But if we could commandeer like the shield and the ballistas off of the new ship, and then send it back with the other one, so it's at least protected on this way back.
You have a lot.
Well, I feel like we should keep. I don't know why we would send both.
Well, you have choices.
One of them wouldn't be sending back. Like, where would we be sending it back? Because like we just got it.
Yeah.
One doesn't belong to us technically, but the other one, the one we just won.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Also,
That's true.
is it? What like kind of state is it in right now? Like, did we? I guess
It's mostly.
we didn't really hit it with anything.
No, it's mostly
Before we took
the
it, yeah.
damage, the barrier that was completely depowered, but it's been a day. It had time to recharge. So
Okay.
it's in pretty good condition, although a little bit underarmed. It feels like it may have been a previous generation ship.
Mm-hmm.
It's in pretty good condition. It's got good speed.
There is another option where we could just put as many people from the monastery on the ship and send them somewhere so that they're safe while we're getting attacked.
Yeah.
Most of the people inside of your monastery are fighters in some way, in various
I don't
level
want
of
a bunch of
training.
them to die though.
The ones that could benefit from protection would be the children's,
Hmm.
but
We could at least send the children somewhere.
Yeah. I kind of had a similar idea, but with the caves. But then I was talking the caves caved in. So
Yeah. We could never
Yeah.
know how many kids would get lost.
yeah,
didn't we have 20 children? We got 19. You probably miscounted. Yeah, okay.
it's fine.
But yeah, we could at least send the ship off with the kids, and then like they could just be sitting somewhere while, like when they start attacking. So at least the kids are safe.
Just a reminder, the ship that you took, you killed everyone inside, so
Yeah.
it doesn't have any crew. If you want to man it, you either yourself have to man the ship and do something with it, which is how you made your reconnaissance, or you have to take part of the crew of the other ship and put it inside of that ship so that there is a basis, someone to tell everyone
Teach
what
the
to
other
do.
people, yeah.
And you can easily fill in the missing roles with people of the monastery or yourselves.
Sounds good.
I need to call what's his name? The dude's sister and see if she can get us a capable crew to man our new airship so we don't have to worry about that. Like just some backup pieces. See if she'll sell us like a crew.
And then
I feel like that'd take a while though. I don't know if that.
No, I don't think I
Yeah.
can do it for this. I'm just
Okay.
like for
Yeah,
the
you're
future.
thinking down the road. Okay.
Yeah, I think half of the crew on it. We take the kids somewhere at least a day before they're gonna attack. Send them with provisions and stuff. I don't know where to send them exactly. It's just somewhere on the island where they could just stay low and they're not close to the combat.
We are going to a lot of port downs today. We could see if we could pick up crew members.
You guys could, since we're looking for plans.
I don't
on
know
your
if
way.
I'd trust just
We already have a crew that we don't. Wait, never mind.
And suddenly, all of you start remembering what was said inside of the dream.
Yeah.
Every time you encounter someone, you will fear them being one of my agents.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't want to just go randomly recruit people like that. I want.
I mean, we have ways to figure out if they're honest.
I mean, do we though? Like, we kind of do, but like that, everything we used on that dude was weird
Yeah, well,
and
this is why
only
we don't
worked
get
because
high-
like we
this-
already knew.
All right, how about this?
Well, this is why we don't get high-end people. We get we get
Well,
some
yeah,
like
but
baseline.
high-end people can disguise themselves as low-end people. That's how you get in.
You get the expendable.
That's
So,
like
Fisher-
basic, right, Remy? That's like sneak 101.
And he gives the talent up.
So Fisher, you remember most of the stuff that went on in the dream, right? At least most of the stuff that involves my
The
understanding.
nightmare.
Yeah, the nightmare.
Yeah.
Okay, so me and Fisher are gonna go talk to my master. You guys get the ships ready, and then we'll talk to my master about the headmaster about the whole plan with the kids and everything. That
Okay,
and
so-
then some of the stuff that happened in the dream, but not everything. We don't got to tell them everything.
Okay, so final clarification: am I sending the other crew back or no?
We need half of them. You could send half the crew back with the other ship, I guess.
Well, you got 3 days. You don't need to send them right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could also help with the removing of the blisters and putting them inside the thing and everything. Yeah.
Help out dismantling your ship.
Okay. Sure.
We could also like, if we're wanting to man our new ship with some people from the monastery, we could
They
have,
could be taught.
yeah, we could have them run like a crash course for people that want to. I mean, obviously, they're not gonna.
How to
you
man a
only learn
flank
so
ship.
much in
Tell
3
me.
days.
Yeah.
But
From
like,
inside of you, Fisher, you hear, maybe not use those words to describe the type of course you're going to give them at
oh
flying
yeah,
a
that's
ship.
a good call. That's a good call. Quick.
Oh, you wanted
class.
to fly a ship? That's not what this course is about.
Yeah, we're crashing the ship.
Okay.
Well, if the
I mean, I also do think it's fine. I think most of the crew is chill.
Mm-hmm.
We could at least do that. We'll train some of the people to help get the kids away and then come back after a few days. After that, we could have you guys go to different ports and then find those plants. And then by that time, Longshot will be here and what's his name?
Hicks.
And then we could come back with all the information we have within a day or two before the attack happens and figure out exactly what we're going to do.
And Nerissa might have woken up because
Yeah,
apparently
Naisha might have woken up by then.
because I kind of cured her.
Yeah, so we
Well,
have time.
You cut her connection to the nightmare realm and removed the infection. This is why what you were doing had an effect, because you said you're removing a disease, and I keep using the word infected. This is why it had an effect, and dispel magic didn't have an effect.
Yeah.
That was the reason.
Sam definitely clocked that. Good job. You're so
Yeah,
smart.
I did. Yeah. I definitely didn't just go, I'm going to use 5 points and
I
see if
was just gonna
something
throw shit at
happens.
the wall.
Definitely not with the potential chance of me just killing a high-end NPC there if I fucked up the roll.
I mean, wouldn't be the first time we've killed.
Listen, if I was the one that killed her, it would just fit very in line with what she thought anyway. So, no.
Like, I always knew that audience would kill me.
It's the first.
I
I didn't know how.
It's the last thing she says. She opened her eyes. And, I knew it.
If we can make contact with, I think I know a crew that would be able to help, but I don't know if they're anywhere around here because I know they were at the beginning of the campaign. But
What, an airship crew or
Well, they have.
well, it's a ghost ship,
crew,
so
'cause-
it is quite similar, I guess. You know, they're floating. But a crew's a crew. They'd be able to learn faster than just monks. You know.
fair?
I mean, I could also call.
If we could get into contact with him, he might be able to help train at least, or at least like help us in some kind of way because he has like a legendary ghost ship now.
I
What?
could also call.
What?
What do you?
We gave a guy a legendary ghost ship at the beginning of the campaign.
We did.
Was that
We-
At the
We did
beginning
that
of our
thing
adventure.
with the pirates?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we did.
yeah.
We could actually see if he was in the area.
You could see if
That's a
he's in
good
the
call,
area.
Tony.
At
That
least
I
is
didn't
a
even think
ghost
you could
about
ask.
ship.
Yeah, you could ask the port towns and see if they've seen him because I know he's still traveling around here somewhere.
We gave them an undead ship.
They
Okay,
cleansed it.
it's
and
like
now
what?
it's-
Define that. What do you? The ship
was
itself
manned
is
by
undead, or was
I don't
it
know.
manned
was
by
manned
undead?
by skeletons, but it also had like an undead heart or something in it.
Like I said, ghost ship. We don't have to get too far into it. We
Yeah.
barely talked about it
I
ourselves.
don't know. I killed the captain one-on-one combat. It was, another day
It
in the
happened.
park.
It happened. But yeah, we could go. You guys could go see if they're around. Go find some information on him. They might be able to help at least a little bit.
True. It's true.
Hmm.
Good call.
Maybe we could find. Did that kobold?
Maybe
thing
he
still-
also knows crew members that would be trusted that we could get.
True. I trust him to trust people.
I
Anyways,
trust him to trust me.
we could also try to find that little kobold dude, but I don't think he's anywhere around here.
Well,
I
he's
had a
part
thought
of
that's
it.
a little off topic.
He was part of that crew, right?
Yeah.
What is it,
Yeah.
Joy?
What if we kill the guy that you couldn't save and then revivify him? Because like we kind of did already kill him. In the dream. I don't know if
Okay,
it's
the plans are devolving here.
I think we're gonna
If you
put
die
that one
for
on the
real,
back
you die in the
burner,
dream.
Jorg. I think he's okay.
Alright.
He's having nice, peaceful dreams.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's not twitching anymore. The seizures have stopped.
I've removed
Alright.
the infection. He is no longer. I'll look at Toby very clearly. He is no longer infected.
Are you sure?
damn. When you wanna be out there mercy killing people.
You should have seen the
That's how he
last
feels
time.
helpful.
The
All
guy
right,
had a
I'm going.
worm in
I'm
him.
going. I'm going down to the ships. I'll see you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys go down to the ship. You Remy and Jorg. Jorg, you have to go verify the plans. Remy, you're probably already gonna go with audience.
Ah, what a choice. Audience, your husband.
And then Fisher, we could go talk to my grandmaster and tell him the stuff about the monastery, and then meet up with them.
Well, see, Raimi doesn't have to go with Tobiyashi because he now knows that Tobiyashi is supervised. Like, because whether it's audience or his husband, he needs to supervise. One of them needs to be supervised at all times.
Yep. There.
All right, so Fisher, you're officially the baby.
Jorg is the wild card, though.
Yep.
Jorg is the wild card.
He can be both.
Yeah.
He can supervise
Right.
himself.
All right, Toby. You mentioned we did. What did you want to hold back?
Well, we don't want to tell him exactly. Well, I wanted to tell him mostly all the information about the spies that were in the monastery and how many we heard about. I think there was like 2, maybe more. And then to hold back, to be honest, I think like our main like goal stuff with like audiences, religion, and everything like that. Well, mainly because I don't want to scare him, and you know how it said maybe the spy is already up in the ranks. Who knows? My master could tell someone that's in the monastery that, you know, that could start coming after us. That's my fear. That's the reason I want to tell him. But it's an iffy thing now because we don't know who's who.
I mean, we weren't told of a specific.
We had a
other
name.
agent. I mean, we have his name.
Well, I'm pretty sure we had the name of someone else too, right? Or was it just his
We
name?
had got the name of. I mean, the captain of the Predator.
This is so weird. All we see is your forehead, but your eyebrows, they move as if you were talking. So it feels like your eyebrows is your mouth.
No, from the information, I'm pretty sure it
When I
said
lean forward, it just goes.
some name starting with a T ended up joining the monastery or something like that. But it was the guy before the guy that we were inside of, or the nightmare realm we were inside of. I just forgot to write it down.
Exactly.
No. Let me see. I'll have to go back in the last episode.
For sure, from inside of you, you hear Tanad say, "That's exactly what I say whenever one of your friends is talking."
I'm telling you. There was someone before him that was admitted into the monastery. That was a spy. I'm pretty sure it wasn't him, no. What was the guy's name?
I think it was him. Are you talking about like the he joined the monastery 20 years ago thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that wasn't literally him joining the monastery. That was like he was joining the monastery because the dream was in the monastery. Or at least how I think we interpreted it was he joined with.
Oh, he joined the co-op 20 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I thought it was like a spy or something. That's my bad. But anyways, we could still give him a rundown of what we found.
Yeah.
And then that's pretty much
well,
it.
yeah, because also, I mean, what we did definitely hear was they'll keep coming, and
Yeah.
we won't ever be able to trust anybody new.
Exactly. So everyone that we trust now, yeah. And that they're going to try to keep attacking me personally, so they're going to try to attack things that I love and people that I like.
Yeah.
So let's go. We'll explain it all to them. Oh, and then we got to explain the whole kid thing and
like
getting the kids out of
taking
here.
them to say
Yeah. Getting them to safety. All right. We go talk to my grandmaster about it.
All right. Do you also talk to him about the evil god and what he might be doing, and he's the reason?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We'll tell him about the scheming and everything.
Okay.
So we'll tell him all about it. Mm-hmm. And make sure he's careful on who he tells, I guess. That's all I could think of.
Your master listens to you carefully, to everything you're saying. He listens to Fisher. Do you want to add anything to what Tobiashi said, Fisher, or do you want to, or are you okay with just that information?
I think I'll also throw in everything just kind of I know about the Predator specifically because and their crew, or I guess the past one and the crew and what we know of the current one, because that's kind of what's coming to destroy his monastery.
Yeah, and the symbol and everything of what the symbol looks like and all that stuff. just in case someone comes up on shore with the same symbol.
Yeah. He listens to everything you have to say, everything you say. All right. Very patiently. Looks at both of you when you're done. Well, this is certainly something that needs to be addressed. And you're sure this is going to happen in the next 3 days?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Hopefully.
what all our information points towards.
Well, and we're not gonna get any reinforcement, is that it?
We're trying to get some. We know there's a little bit coming.
Long
We're
shots coming.
hoping for more.
Back.
Oh,
And one of our other monk friends, but nobody else was collected with them before they left. But we did send a message for more reinforcements, but we don't know if they're going to make it here in time. But Longshot's coming here today. You know how
We haven't
fast we
heard
travel.
anything about audiences, about anybody taking up audiences quest he posted, have we?
We haven't
Mm-mm.
contacted her in a couple days. I was going to contact
Okay.
her at some point today as well.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we also have plans of trying to contact one of our old associates that's good with ships. That may be able to help, hopefully, but we'll see how that goes. They're going to go try to find more plants at all the dock sites and stuff like that. We got a list for everywhere that you get supplies and resources for medical purposes, so that's what they're going to be checking. And then
you're gonna have to be paying a substantial amount of money for those supplies. It is nearly winter. Unless they
Yeah.
come from the far south of the world, it's not the right season.
Yeah, we thought that was going to happen. Everything always costs so much money whenever we're trying to buy them.
Well, that's what
Mhm.
happened
Yeah, it's a
when
good
you tried
thing
to
we-
buy them at the wrong moment.
That's a
Yeah.
good thing we got a lot of that.
Yeah, we do.
Very well. Well, we'll start preparing the monastery. Anyone who wants to leave the monastery while this is happening, they will go with the children. We'll send them to one of the village nearby. It would probably be far enough.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was wondering. And then we're going to be installing ballistas just for a fighting chance. It's hard to not defend yourself while not attacking. But yeah,
Mhm.
we're going to install some ballistas. If that's all right with the monastery.
What? I know Toby's kind of been gone for a while. What kind of... You're all obviously trained in combat, but what kind of... Does anybody here have, like, battlefield experience? Or is it all just kind of like one-on-one martial arts sparring stuff?
All the masters would.
Yes, exactly. All the masters have had their share of adventuring. Not all of the students are ready to fight. Some of them...
We do go on pilgrimages, some places,
Yes,
with permission.
that is exactly what happens when a student becomes trained enough. We let them venture out, and those ready to fight. Well, this is probably why this will be a voluntary assignment. Anyone who does have experience in combat, in live combat, adventuring, and things like this will probably want to stay and protect the monastery, while those who haven't finished their training or aren't sure of their capabilities in an actual fight will probably be joining the children leaving the monastery. I would say that I'm expecting maybe 2/3 of the monks, somewhere between 2/3 and half of the monk of the monastery will stay. That will still be maybe around 25 to 30 monks. I hope it will help in some way. I'm not sure about moving siege weapons inside of the monastery. Not only is it a bit against our way of doing things, but it is also very large and bulky equipment to move.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure you'd be able to move this equipment from the bottom of the mountain all the way to the monastery with the few people you have? I feel like this is usually something that would take several days to take from the ground and bringing them to the monastery and then installing them somewhere.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was kind of worried about was how you say that's not kind of your way. What do you have an idea of? I mean, I don't, other than seeing Toby fight, I don't know how to utilize a lot of monks to attack a battleship.
I am a completely different way of fighting than everyone else here.
Okay. Well, that takes away kind of one of my plans then. Do you have an idea of how you would attack an airship that was heavily fortified?
Some of the monk have been trained to the way of the shadows, but unless the ships come in very close range, I doubt it would help much.
Mm-hmm.
I do understand the need to have some sort of offensive weapon. A stationary target may be more interesting if it is protected by a large generator like the monastery, but I feel like you have many ships. If you have very competent pilots for those ships, maybe it would be more useful to have mobile targets firing at the enemies.
Mm-hmm.
So it would split their attack. Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing, it seems like their end goal is to also, I don't know how many, but they definitely would be wanting to take prisoners. So there is a case to be made that if they're trying to take prisoners, they will have to come off the ship at some point to do so, which seems like it would be the most effective time for
Right.
your monks to fight. But I don't.
My thought
I'm
process
worried
is
they're just gonna kind of sit up there in the sky and, I mean, I guess do what the smaller ships were doing before we got here until
if we could
there's
make
not
it
enough to fight back.
If we could make it somehow look like the monastery got taken over, or at least if we could make it look like there's no shield up when they get here and everything is kind of like messed up already, we could do like a sneak attack when they get on the ground and try to find people. But
I
I'm
don't
not
think
sure
we
how
could
much
make
that would
it
work.
seem like it was taken over. I do. There might be. I could. We might be able to make it look like it was deserted.
Hmm.
Like everybody left after, like it maybe because it got attacked and got too
Well, we can certainly
damaged.
send anyone who decides to stay behind deeper inside in the monastery. If you say they're going
Hmm.
to attack, they'll probably be aiming for the dining halls and the garden first, as they are
Hmm.
exposed to the outside. So if we send people deeper inside of the monastery, they will be able to withstand more should they decide to fire. And if they decide to come inside of the
Hmm.
monastery and investigate, they will find us entrenched and ready for combat.
I think that's a good idea. You want to make sure you've areas that you know are structurally sound, because if they just kind of start shooting the mountainside, I mean, that's how some of the tunnels caved in.
Well, yes, but the tunnel that caved in were tunnel added from the original
Base one.
structure. The original
Hmm.
structure was made by a dragon long ago, so this part is
So
probably still nowadays
that's
receiving
structural
some
integrity
elements
is
of protection.
good. All right.
That sounds like the best plan that we have because we can't just start shooting monks up there. We don't have like a catapult, you know.
Mhm.
Sorry, I would like to apologize for bringing this onto the monastery, and I didn't know that they would be coming after me like that, or who exactly they are still. Um, it's all kind of taking a turn for the worst, and I apologize, Master. I bow.
Tobiyashi, we knew from the moment you arrived that there was going to be something different about you. Now, with everything you just said, maybe I should give you what I was planning to give you before you leave earlier, just in case you don't actually make it out alive. Come and visit me tonight. There is something that was left behind for you when you were left at the monastery. It is probably time that you have it.
Yes, Master, I will. Thank you. Okay, Fisher. It looks like we have a long day ahead of us, so let's start going. Let's meet up with everyone else down there.
Takes you an hour to go down the monastery. When you arrive, audience is bored out of his mind, ready to depart because,
Already ready to leave.
come on, guys!
Shit,
We've been
I
waiting
will
for you
say-
half an hour.
I was confused, so audience might have given the other crew the wrong advice.
Hmm.
But audience would have given this advice. He thought that they meant take the guns from their ship and add it to our ship.
Oh,
not
I
to the
mean,
monastery.
Okay, what we could do.
So
okay,
that's what
now
he-
that
so
I'm
that's
thinking
what I
about
told
it,
Well,
him.
that's
I
the
mean
better-
that works because what
we
we
were
could
gonna
do
turn
is
around and go back on the other idea. So
yeah. So it works. We could send your ship, your church's ship, off with the kids, and then keep the other ship here to help defend while we get attacked. And it's gonna have more ballistas on it now, so that works.
The ship can accommodate for 2 additional ballistas. Those ship can take up to 4 ballistas, and they only had 2 inside.
Yeah.
So
So I think I
Mhm.
would have talked to the captain about maybe adding, their top ballistas to our ship.
And then we tell you all the information we got that you just heard from the master and what we're going to be doing as a plan for attack. While we start heading to the port towns, we got to do that fast. while we're traveling.
all right.
Yeah, which one are we headed to first? Because we had a couple options. Which was the nearest one?
Well, if you want to be able to come back before everything happens, you really only have time for 2 places. You have Beltrad and no, Beltrad is the port where you can be. You only have one choice, Kalstrad, because the other one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. It's easily it's that's right. That's different. It's
I mean, that's fine. We'll just head to Kelstrad then. If we only have one option, we'll head to Kelstrad. That was like one of the big port cities, right? That we left from, that our ship originally left from.
Yes, because as you remember, on the ship, it took 3 days to get to Sutian on the ocean. So even with an airship that can go 30 miles an hour, it's still going to take at least a day to get there, if not 2. And coming back, you'll be arriving a day late.
Okay. So...
no, it's 24 divided by 16 times. So yeah, it's nearly 200 miles. So it would take a while.
Okay. Well, we'll head to Kelstrad, I guess. While we head there.
All right. So
Yeah, Toby, how are we gonna get in contact with the other guy, the captain from our first ship? Do we have a way to contact him?
I think he left.
Oh, Toby left.
Oh, okay, he's back.
Okay. Just like he was trying to get to the city, like you didn't have time.
Toby, do you have a way to contact the captain? Do we have a way to contact the captain?
No, that's why I said we would just ask and see.
Oh, we were just gonna ask around.
Yeah, we were just gonna ask around and see if they were
Okay.
near here. If not, then there's no trouble. It was just kind of like an out in the wind kind of. If we come across them, I guess, or like if we hear about them.
Here, I could do a very indirect way of communication to ask about some crew. All right, I'm gonna call Sierra and ask for what's his name? The Black Dragon, who's the brother of the person who owns all the ships. Trying to remember his name. The quiet dude. He's somewhere in my notes. I have such a long list of names, though.
Oh yeah, you want to compare it to mine?
Now, this isn't a name list measuring contest.
Okay, so we have everyone here. Thad for the Dwarven Male. And Halfling for the Velvet Crown. There you go. Well, the Dragonborn is...
He's like the Black Dragon.
it's not a black dragon born. It's Kudown's sister. So I...
No, well, I know it's Kudown's sister, but I don't have a way to directly contact Kudown's sister.
No, I know, but it's not a black dragon.
Oh.
You know that Kudown... You're not sure?
Oh, no, he's a silver white dragon.
Silver
right,
or
it's
white,
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna contact Kudown, or ask if I can contact Kudown. Or give a call to Kudown. Does he pick up?
Ring ring.
It takes a little while, but eventually Sierra tells you that he doesn't seem to be in a place where he can pick up this communication.
Damn it, I was gonna ask for his sister's number.
Ask her about the message. Ask her about the quest board.
Yeah, I will ask her about the quest part.
Well, the garden is pretty empty right now. Most of the adventurers have.
Is there any way you could like send an urgent ping out?
Urgent quest alert.
That would be a little bit
Urgent
difficult.
quest alert.
There are only a few instances where you can force out a message. One being if the garden is attacked. So that would kind of be. And also, if the garden is ever attacked, the message will also include a warning that you will be transported back to the garden. So I think that would be
Oh shoot!
counterproductive if I activated that protocol. It's really up to him. I can't force him to answer this call. All I can do is reroute the call to his orb, but if he doesn't open his orb, there's nothing else.
Do you know if he's given his sister an orb?
I think we're the only people who've actually given too many people an orb.
I don't know. I mean, he might have. I don't know what he's been up to. He might have given her an orb. We didn't, but he might have.
If I understood this correctly, no, he hasn't, because he has an easy way to reach out to her. Something about his sword.
Oh.
Do we have a do we have message? Anybody here have message?
I thought you did, Toby.
I only have message with
Sending.
Yeah, sending. I only have sending with
And you can only answer her.
Yeah, I can only answer her.
The only one who actually has sending. Well, Jordan could pray for sending, but he'd need to have seen her and remember her. The other one that has sending, unfortunately, has never seen her, and that's Terry. But Terry can actually go into your mind and see
her
that picture. So that's
that's such a convoluted way to send.
And then send a bunch of stars.
Did I forget Kudown's sister's name? I don't know if I did. I don't think it would matter.
Oh, we tried.
What was the name of the captain? That we
His
went on our
name
expedition
is.
with?
Give me 1 second.
Null?
Kunal.
No.
Yeah, Null.
Yeah, Null. Do we have any way to contact Null?
I mean, we could message him, but it'd be through Terry.
We never gave him an orb either or anything, right?
I don't think we did.
Never
no.
gave Kunal.
No,
You didn't have an orb.
We weren't even. Yeah, we weren't even at the garden at that time.
No.
We didn't have an orb ourselves.
Look, if anybody is guilty of giving his orb out more often than he should, technically it's Raimi. But usually it's because it's the request
All
of
right.
the party.
Well, that's all the captains of ships I know who I could have reached out to for recommendations.
So that's funny. I didn't realize
Guys,
this.
I'll just reach out to the Predator for.
Every single ship captain you know is a Dragonborn audience. That's so weird. I didn't plan
I was gonna
for
say.
this.
Audience is feeling like he might have gone into the wrong field. He maybe should have been a captain.
So the captain of the ship that you went on the first time is Tonkalt. He's an elder Dragonborn. And the captain of the ship that you used to go to the Misty Isles is Kunal. He is also a Dragonborn.
Oh, I do know this, actually, I guess. I know Kudown's sister's, symbol, so we can see if any of her ships are in port.
True.
Because I'm trained. That's what I can do.
We could do that and then ask around for the ghost ship captain.
And then ask for her contact from them. Yo, we need this girl's contact.
This is a dire situation.
Do you guys have a way to contact her quickly? We need to actually recruit all of you for a separate mission.
Thank you, Sarah, for at least giving us options.
Yeah, thanks.
All right.
Also, could you set some books aside for when I come back about the name? I just had it.
Look,
No.
audience, when did you learn how to read?
Don't worry about it. The Eyes of the Abyss. Can you set some books aside about the Eyes of the Abyss for me? Or anything potentially leading to that?
Well, all of the information we have on gods of your world, on entities living in your world, is from adventurers like you who brought it back to
I
the...
don't know if it's technically from our world, though.
All right. Well, then, in that case, of course, I can easily ask a warden to start collecting information.
I'd
could also-
appreciate that.
We could probably maybe find some information on them from the Crossroads guy, because he has stuff not from our world.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I just put it out there so she can start looking.
Mm-hmm.
Get some books for organized. Basically, I'm asking her to do the grunt work that I don't want to do.
So we're leaving half of your crew to like install the ballistas, right?
No, they're not doing it right now. They'll do it when we get
Okay.
back. We're
All right,
taking our ship with us. There's no ballistas being actively installed as we fly
Well,
around.
they
right
have to
now.
remove it from the
Mhm.
other ship first, so they've started
Yeah.
the work.
Yeah.
They might have started doing that.
Yeah.
So you go to... Oh yeah, that's right. The Crossroad guy. Sierra asks, "Huh? You mean he's on your world too? Cheeky little,
Oh, yeah.
on every,
cheeky little traitor."
he's on every world.
He said he's on
in
every world.
everything. He bears the cross and gifts of a god, and yet participates as none would.
Oh.
Sorry. Okay. Anyway.
Got preachy there for a second.
All right. Well, let me know when Longshot arrives at the monastery. He was a little bit eager, hoping he didn't take any
Oh, he should be getting here today.
unnecessary dangers.
Hopefully not.
Oh, you should also be glad to know I did not kill Naisa. So, you don't have to make her name red.
Well, I already knew that. We have a very live feedback on your life here.
That's good. That's good.
All right. Well.
Wait, do you have what kind of specimen I am on? No, okay, wait. We'll talk about that later.
Bye,
See you
Sarah.
soon. All right. So you.
I'll hang up. I'll be like, she still definitely hates us.
Wait, when did she start hating us? I thought it was like a...
When we
it
started
was
giving every orb out and calling her for the most like rant.
Well, I thought it was like more of like a begrudging older sister type vibe we were getting from her.
Well, that's your vibe.
I mean-
Audience has another vibe.
That's what I was getting from her.
All right.
It's like someone who was like, "Oh yeah, take your little brother with you when you go to the movies with your friends." That's what I was getting.
Well, yeah. Well, to be fair, Tobiashi, she is looking over a lot of gnomes, so she may be useful. She may be used to.
I don't think she hates us. I was just gonna say if she was ranking all the adventures in terms of her favorites to least favorites, I'm not saying that we wouldn't be at the bottom of the list, but
Not at the top.
Yeah.
He's just saying he's pretty sure that when we call and she sees that we're calling,
She gives it 3 rings.
she takes a second to.
yeah, she takes
She
a
gets
second,
mentally prepared.
moment to prepare. She
Hello, this is Sarah.
pops a few Advil.
That's why he's always like, "It takes a minute," and then she picks up.
All
Yeah,
right.
it picks up immediately for everybody else.
Us, it takes a few rings.
All right. So you arrive at the port town. You start asking around. Now let's see. Um,
Well, first I'm gonna fly over and see if I see any of the banners of either. Well, I'll see if Kootown, whatever his ship is, there. I assume it won't be though. And then, also see if there are any banners of any of Kootown's sister's ship.
well, you look at all of the ships, and all right. So this is for finding herbs. This is for finding ship, and this is for finding the other captain that you know. All right. Make an investigation roll.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say a D100 percentile. I'll make an investigation. Does somebody else want to make an investigation?
I could do it.
I can do guidance.
No, just someone else do
Oh,
the
wait, no.
investigation.
I could use my private my passive. My passive is good. Oh no, it's insight. I can't do investigation. Sorry.
I was muted. Sorry. 17.
I would like to use my insight
Guidance.
to try to find these people.
I mean, if you want to know what mine was, actually it was a 12. It wasn't too bad.
Sorry, guidance makes that 21.
I'd like to see if Fisher was lying on that roll.
I want to see if his investigation was valid.
Can I see if his investigation was true?
Well, roll an insight. Roll.
see what
All
it
right,
is.
so it takes a little bit of time. You look around and you do find one ship that, although it doesn't have the markings of the ship you're looking for, it does have a design that looks similar. So it may have been purchased from them at one point, but it is not manned by a crew directly linked to her.
Damn, that's not really helpful. I kind of wanted a crew because I needed like a mercenary fighting crew.
I guess I would see if while we're looking in town and stuff like that. I guess I'd look for information on the captain, the ghost ship captain, see if he's around. If I overhear anything.
Make your investigation roll.
Investigation, baby, let's go. Ooh, 20.
Oh,
Not natural.
Okay. Well, you look around, ask questions to the other captains, try and figure out if they've been here recently. Well, yeah, they still run the course between the city and the between this city and the city of Soutien. But right now, they're not in port here. If he looks at the when you are right now, he says, "Well, he's probably nearly at Soutien right now. He should probably be arriving tomorrow at Soutien."
Bastard.
What if we leave a message here? No, he won't even be back here. We'd have to
Two
send one over
days,
there.
Toby. Like 2-3 days.
2 days. Well, good idea.
You know, I'll at least go over to the other ship. Not even if it's when they purchase it, ask if they have any way to contact any of the people from. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can just get her name from them. So I have her name.
Well, you already have her name. You just don't remember it. So-
Oh, I just didn't put in my notes.
Okay.
I have Kootown's sister. Did I never update my notes? What's her name?
Zal Kagar. This is why
Oh,
you kept referring to her as Zal, because it's easier.
Oh, you know, I do think I think maybe I just did have.
Well, you should,
Yeah,
because you
my
kept
notes. Yeah.
you kept
No, I
using
think
this
I
in
do
front
have
of
it in my notes.
Tobiyashi, because he was looking for her, and you kept saying to him that she was Zal. So Because it annoyed you that he knew her.
Oh yeah, and Fisher. I mean,
Oh,
Jorg. Go look for those herbs.
Someone wants to do their investigation roll?
I'll assist them on looking for them after I'm done looking for what I was.
Okay.
26.
I don't have.
Phew.
I guess I ask you.
With Jorg pointing you, we need that kind of herb. Oh, go look, those herb comes from the south. Maybe there's something there. So with him, you look around and, well, I'm forced to say that with such a high roll, you do find the rarest of herbs that you're looking for. Not in large quantities, however. It will take a few days. So essentially, if you manage to survive the assault of the monastery, you'd probably be able to make maybe 2 or 3 dose of that remedy.
It's more than enough. At least for right now.
It is, however, going to cost you 800 golds.
Hmm.
Ooh, I mean,
I'll pay it since it's for my
ranch.
person. It's for my monastery.
Oh, we don't all. We can split that up a bit. I don't think you need to play almost.
Yeah, I'll chip in.
The herbs that you're...
audience has to foot 100% of the bill because
Nope.
Monastery.
I'm not
No,
even there.
Okay.
I'm at the ships. I'm not even with you guys.
So, all right. If we're splitting it,
So the reason for such a high amount of money is because it's not in season, so you're buying herbs that have been magically preserved. That's why the cost is inflated so much.
you mean they're not organic?
Well, yes, in the
How
sense that it's
GMO
nature
herbs.
magic that is preserving them, so it is kind of organic.
Like they're called MGOs, and or
What if we tell them the world depends on them giving us the herbs for free?
I don't think they would believe.
I don't think
Yeah,
free
see,
would be
audience,
an
maybe if
option.
you were here, but it's Fisher and Toby and George. So,
You could try and roll a persuasion.
I've got a -1.
Remy would probably chip in by saying, if you fail that roll, he's going to increase the cost.
Yeah, it's gonna get more expensive. So I think we just pay it because we're not broke.
Since it's for my monastery, I could do at least 300. I could do 300 if anyone could pitch in 100. It'd only have to be 3 more people. Or 4 more people.
200, because
All right,
I
and then
200.
I'll do
believe
the
in
last.
material possessions.
Then we just need
Do
200 left.
I'll do another 200 because we're the 3 here. So
So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We just need 100 from someone.
I'll do another 100. Sure, fuck it. It's only us 3 here, so.
Yeah. All right.
it's like meanwhile in a different part of the world, Raimi just polishing his big bag of gems.
Still on the ship, polishing gems. Ah, so beautiful. I think it's worth around 800 gold.
All right, we got him.
All right.
Meanwhile, Audia's trying to convince a bunch of people that he needs Zal's contact.
What's your phone number?
Well, it sort of... yeah, of course. They certainly tell you everything you need to know, but it's also, you're giving me the normal people way to reach her. How long is that going to take?
No, I know I can send her a letter. I've done it before. Do you guys not have any emergency code, some way to reach her quickly in case there's an emergency?
Well, Yeah, there's a courier that you can send to her, but it's still
No,
gonna
no, no.
take.
I mean, I need something. I need something that would like work in a day, man.
Who you been working with to have this in a day?
You don't know me.
I would like to at least leave a note for Ghost Ship Captain
Okay.
at his port, or like wherever he ports at.
Yeah.
The message would have, well, the letter would have the stamp of the monastery on it.
Okay.
And it will say, "Hey, it's Tobiyashi. Don't know if you remember Tobiyashi and audience. By the time you get this message, we would have had a battle
dead.
already.
No.
Yeah, it's either I'm dead, or we just had a big battle at the monastery up the way. Would really like to get in contact with you. To help with some ship troubles we're having. Even after the fact, I still want to get in contact.
You should give him the location of the island we figured out where it was, and say if we lose, there's a high probability we might be
We're
prisoners
there, and you
here.
should come. Yeah, it's there, and, you come, and
Prisoners
there will be a reward for saving us. And
We'll take out everybody on the island, but we'll need a boat out. So
We'll need a
just
ride
meet
off.
us there, and we'll have it all
We'll
figured
need a
out.
boat
That's how
out.
you get there.
yeah, well, I'll put that in there. Just saying something like that, and then put maybe like put
Put a heart.
I'll put like 100 gold pieces in there.
The hefty letter.
It's
Damn.
an empty letter.
Have to
I hope
pay
you're
us
like,
to-
squawk!
But
Squawk!
should I just should I put platinum? Should I just put like a platinum piece in there then?
Yeah.
That would be better.
Yeah.
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 I was about to say, okay, they're gonna send the bird. The bird's gonna be, and then you said 100 gold. Never mind. And the bird's not gonna carry that.
Bird
I'll
just
put
looking at the
that.
letter like, what?
I'm gonna put 200 electrum pieces in. No.
Jesus.
Actually, would have been funnier is like like a payer like the Dumb and Dumber method. It's like I owe you.
Technically, doesn't he owe us though?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just putting it in there since I haven't seen him in a while, and it's a message, and
It's nice.
Yeah, you haven't seen him in a year.
Oh, remember to pay for first class shipping.
oh yeah, let's play for what is first class ship? What is it gonna send an eagle this time instead of a pigeon?
Yeah. Just a faster bird.
Just
He's just
like,
gonna send,
actually
he's just gonna
they-
send a wild-shaped druid that has
Yeah.
like,
No, actually, if you
It's
give a
actually-
copper, you get a
I'll do
pigeon.
it.
If you give a silver, you get a crow. If you get a gold, you get a hawk. If you get a platinum, you get a rock.
There you go.
It's like the service.
also have
The service was founded by Amy Zahn.
Yeah, how much?
Like,
how much is the first class shipping, and when will it get there?
Good
It's like,
Lord.
well, if you pay a certain amount annually, it's like she can have it shipped in 2 days.
For normal people, I mean, it's probably like 5 silver.
I could do that.
Yeah, you have to remember that right now you're talking to the common folk of the world.
Yeah.
You know, it's
you're talking to the common.
it's
Common folk.
The pleb.
it's so
if
much
you would.
underwhelming compared to everything you've gone through recently.
I think audience is figuring that out on the ship over here too. Is he's screaming at a bunch of sailors about like instant messaging, and they're just looking at him confused.
All right.
Trying to teach them the beauty of text messaging, but they still haven't figured out.
Electricity.
All right. Yeah, I send it first class, so it gets there faster.
Okay.
Hopefully, when he gets there.
All right.
Audience starting weird rumors by screaming something about her brother rubbing his magic sword and being able to reach her. Why do they not have anything like that?
You probably eventually get a response from one of the sailors saying, well, we don't carry around magical sword, you know? Isn't his sword called the Fang of Winter? Something like this?
It's a dope name.
What?
Yeah, he's a Hexblade Warlock.
I mean, I don't know anything about a Fang of Winter, but I have a literal Fang of Winter here, pulling out Fisher's sword, which was the tooth of a giant ice-like monster.
Ha!
I have one of his fangs too.
Alright, so after you're done boasting about your magical object in front of a crew that was sort of proud of having a top-of-the-line ship, but now realize that you have more money on you than the ship actually costs. So that's just...
I don't even know. I'm borrowing this one for a friend because I spent, like, I don't know, like 300,000 gold to get my other one upgraded. So this is just a backup I'm borrowing.
Then they see us fly off in a fucking an airship.
So how long did you guys work for this ship? You know. I just commandeered one the other day. I don't know.
So after you intimidated your way into into getting Zal's contact information, we're a place where you can send a courier. You go back to the ship, fuming with anger. You don't know why. Remy doesn't know why, but when he sees you entering the ship, your ship is ripped. You were so mad.
You know what?
You
I actually am gonna send. I am gonna send a courier to Zal.
Okay.
It's not gonna be, but basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send, similar to what he did. I'm gonna send the location of where the enemy island might be, and be like, "Hey, we're about to have a battle. If we lose, this is where we might end up. We'll let you know more if we're there, but could maybe use a pickup at some point."
So we're gonna have two different ships come and try to save us.
Well, one ship and one fleet. So
yeah, I went for the fleet option.
You know, the first chapters of Wind Waker come to mind.
Okay, it's a ghost ship that's gonna come and try to save us, and then a fleet of ships. So
I'm also gonna send a quick picture of the island and put dangerous cultists, but also title it Treasure Island, in case that actually.
You just post that on the quest board in the middle of town.
Treasure Island. Just put huge gold symbols over it. No, I'm kidding.
All right, so you go back to the monastery, all talking about this. You know, Tobias saying, "Hey, I might have someone who's gonna come pick us up if we're ever captured. You know, they're gonna come with their ship." And the audience says, "Oh, well, mine are gonna come with a fleet."
And they might and they might not be coming for me at all. I did send a lot of treasure symbols. They might come whether we're there or not.
Audience, always trying to one you up. You know, you managed to get Remy, but somehow Remy keeps going back to audience. And now he's doing the same thing with ships.
Toby desperately trying to find merchants, me just in contact with like all the top merchants.
I know, I need to start that fucking monster business, man.
All right.
Well, now I'm thinking about it. Tobiyashi was at least on the right track about trying to decorate himself in pretty jewelry.
Oh, I also would have added, if you have a quicker way to contact me than courier, that would also be appreciated. Can I slide into your DMs? Hashtag XOX. No, I'm kidding.
Alright, so you go back to your ship. You at least manage to find enough herbs to make a remedy for a few people. So that's at least a win.
At least we made our own safety net this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go back to the monastery, slightly disappointed that you don't have anything else. You realize that a lot of time has passed, and you're arriving in the monastery. It's nearly night. And you realize, oh yeah, Longshot is probably here right now. So you land the ship, Then you take an hour to go up the mountain to the monastery.
The other guys, do the other people have the ballistas off yet? Or are they just like...
Well, they've been removing it. So one has been removed, but the other one is still in the process. It's a pretty big piece of equipment, so it takes a lot of time to just unhook it. It's not just unhooking it; they literally have to dismantle elements.
Okay.
So tomorrow they're going to start.
I'll be like, the other ship's here, boys.
Tomorrow they're.
You
gonna
don't have
start
to work.
the
You don't
army
have to work during the night. It's okay.
You see, Captain. No, really. That's so reassuring. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is that how you talk to the champion of your religion?
One champion. One.
Only one that matters.
All right, we're reporting this guy.
So,
How has your emissary been going?
I just do the thing now. What's your name? I think my childhood friend, the High Priest, will love to hear how you... No, I'm kidding. I don't do that.
Audience knows how to flex, but
so after pondering the idea of making sure that the guy scoops up shit for the remainder of his life, what happened? We lost Tobiashi for a while.
What?
I don't know, your camera
what the
went
heck?
blue for a brief moment.
Always here.
Oh, my cat unplugged my freaking camera.
Ah.
Oh.
Alright, so you go up the monastery, you arrive in the monastery, everyone is sort of happy that you're there, but you sort of realize, oh yeah, they probably talked about everything there, and yeah, that's gonna be fun. Everyone's looking at you slightly weird as you're walking through the monastery. But, Tobiashi, are you there? Your camera keeps flickering on and off.
Ah!
Ah!
Yeah, we're here.
Is that where you sleep?
Yeah, that's where I sleep.
I'm kidding. Alright, so,
It's on my picture.
you... Oh, good, we're in the ocean now.
There we go.
Alright, so you go up, you look around, and you realize that Longshot is there. There's a lot of monks that are actually near here. They're talking to him. He's in the middle of telling a story about an adventure that he had. And then he sees you arriving. He's, Tobiashi!
Long shot! Long time no see!
I know!
Been a while.
I was wondering when you'd get here. I mean, I was told that you were going to be here when I'd be arriving,
Yeah.
but
We had preparations to make for the defense and everything.
oh, that's
and,
understandable. That's
herbs.
understandable. And how has that been going?
Been going good. They're getting the ballistas off. They should have them on tomorrow on the ship that's going to help defend the monastery when the attack comes. They already tell you the plan of how we're going to be hiding inside of the monastery, waiting for them to come and find people.
Well, yeah,
People
but
deserted.
I feel like it's a bit passive. I mean, just waiting for someone to arrive and engaging
Well,
them.
The main master, the headmaster didn't want more of an active kind of fight. The ways and everything. We were talking about installing the ballistas on top of the mountain, but it was going to take too long. So we're going to have the ship attacking while they come and try to attack. But we ended up coming up with this idea because it's how we're going to get everyone in range, since we don't have a lot of long range fighters here, other than yourself and some shadow.
I mean, if I can
monks.
teleport onto the ship, I might.
Be able to get it down.
We don't know if we can teleport onto the ship.
Yeah, I think that's a
Well, that's always something you can do, but how many times can you do this?
yeah.
I think 3 a day.
3 a day.
Okay, so as long as they only have 3 ships, it's a good plan. Well, 2, because you need to get out
If
of
we
one.
get onto one, we can destroy the others from the inside.
Yeah, I mean that's
We
always
just
an option.
we need them to be flying in a nice diagonal line, and then we go into the front ship, and then we turn it sideways, and then it makes a nice domino effect in the.
You do bring up a great question. What if there's more than one ship?
There is. That's what we.
There is more than one ship.
Fuck.
You hear Hictrin not far away. Is that everyone that's going to be here for the fight? I mean, it's only about 30 people. And a lot of them
Well, actually,
don't
the
look...
kids, half of the kids and probably the people who don't feel like they can are going to be, we're going to be transporting them to the nearest city so they don't get killed.
Hictrin looked at you. You thought I was counting the kids?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Well, just letting you know, we're transporting them away from here.
Oh,
So,
good.
Listen,
But, yeah.
numbers don't matter. It's what's inside that carries any team to victory.
Longshot looks at you, audience. Well, yeah, that's usually what people who doesn't have a lot of numbers say. But I think I have something that you're gonna like with this. And the garden's over there. Yeah, okay. He starts. See this, and he shows a little orb. Actually, I kind of asked someone to do this for me, and I asked her not to tell you because I was pretty sure you were gonna try and contact her at some point. But Syrah gave me this. And he puts a little ball at the center of the garden. And like, come on, get back, get back, get back. It's gonna be a nice show.
Okay.
As we back up, I'm gonna turn to Longshot. How does Syrah talk about us? No.
What did she say?
What does she say behind closed doors to others?
She doesn't actually talk a lot.
It's like, here, give this to the idiots.
Give this to the stupid dum-dums.
So you see that little orb on the ground is starting to beep, 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 going red, no color.
It's
red,
what they
no
said.
color.
He's the traitor. He's gonna blow us all up. No.
Well,
It's a bomb.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a bomb of cool stuff. And he points toward this little thing, and you start seeing a little glimmer of energy appearing. Not far from where that thing is. Audience, you sort of recognize this. Well, probably someone else because you had to see it from outside, but you recognized it as a glimmer of energy coming from a teleportation. You see this, the light goes up, and then suddenly there's another one, and you see this. You can't count how many transportation mark appeared. It sort of gives the same thing as when you decide to ask too much of your computer, and then suddenly the frame rate drops to 0 for 5 seconds, and then when it comes back, everything's there.
My frame rate.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The Avengers music is just playing in my head right now.
Well, I was more
not ready to
thinking
look for a
about
GIF.
the music from StarCraft 2 when all the Templar appears in the background.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
When the light fades, you look at this and you said have a moment with, I don't believe this. You hear a Longshot say, well, there wasn't a lot of people in the garden right now, so I made sure that your message reached everyone. And your eyes start adjusting and you realize, holy shit, there's at least 30 people from the garden there. You recognize Kazin, Kudan, Berthrun, Sierra. You don't know who that guy is, but you recognize Calvin. You recognize Calvin from the cleric. You don't know who that group of people is. You recognize Danirsa over there. Lophirelis, the elven wizard. Hey, that's Connie. You remember her? She's so nice. That little druid. There's Tassul is there. Tassul is there.
Yo, we got the squad.
Everyone's there.
We got The squad's plural.
We do got the squads plural.
So that's why I was shutting down every single idea you had. You already have a lot of help, and you already managed this. All because you reached out to Longshot, and Longshot really likes Tobiyashi and all of you. So
It was a long shot.
Get it?
but-
It was a long shot.
It was a long shot. Also, apparently this man has infinite more pull with garden members than we do.
Well, yeah, we don't have any.
We're gone.
Yeah, we were just gone. We have been gone.
well, Longshot said he reached out to them individually, one after the other. Just made sure that everyone who knew you knew that you needed help. And look at all of those who answered. Some of them didn't, but
Yeah.
all of those people answered
They're
to
dead to us.
your call
dead
for
to us.
help.
Me going through my ally list, just crossing off names.
So, and of course, Kayazin, which is Fisher's master inside of the garden, moves forward, and you see 8 other dragonborns behind him walking forward, and he just looks at you all. Well, I heard that there was going to be a little bit of a scuffle here, so if you don't mind, I brought with me some of my most promising students.
About everyone. Thank you so much.
Audience, you know exactly what this means coming from a dragonborn. Those were just about to go out adventuring in the world. And he brought them there very intentionally because that's the sink or swim test for them. A test you went through when you were a little younger also.
Right, this is just telling me that the fight is going to be crazy.
Yeah, that's the meta information you're supposed to get.
What do you mean the fight to save your monastery that's headed
Against-
by
against
the main
8 champs and
antagonist
a
of my
giant dark
backstory
shadow,
is going to be a big fight?
Kavin also steps forward and he has Priest behind him. I heard there was going to be generators involved. I brought a few people to help strengthen them. Just tell me where they're supposed to be and we're all going to take our places and make sure the defenses on this monastery and on the ships you have can at least hold out the first few waves.
All right, I tell them where they are, where they're at the monastery. As I'm bowing, I start tearing up. I'm like, "Thank you, guys."
I guess we probably should use both our ships then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, your crew's gonna love it.
We gotta put the ballistas back on.
So, for your information, you have inside of the group Longshot, Hictrin, both are monk. For the combatant, you have Kayazin and Kudan. Kudan is there, you know, that can reach the person you wanted to reach. Berthrin and Siaraf. They're also here. The cleric, you don't know who that guy is, and you don't know who that guy is. But he looks like a Sharoon. He's not Sarn, but you know that there was another one. But apparently he's a priest, and there's Kavin with part of his brotherhood with him. For the wizard, you have the Nirsa, who is the wizard that helped you contact the Shari elf. There's Lofiralis, who is the most powerful hero wizard that you have inside. The only one who sees this one is Remy. Gamtesh is here. Your master, the master assassin, is among the group. You see Kami. You see Korivant, who is the half-brother of Amiali. You see Nia. Probably also Remy, when you see her, you have that moment of, oh shit, she's still gonna... she's again gonna ask me where her lover is. And you have Tessul. And those are all of the adventurers that joined, that answered personally your call.
Alright. Well, we could maybe make a more actual plan of attack now.
Tears coming out of my eyes. I'm like, make yourself at home. Well, it's here.
You hear one of the monks say, oh, I wish someone had told me we're going to have so many guests.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
All right.
Everyone, this is my
They
monastery.
can take
my
all
monastery.
the kids'
This
beds,
is
but
everyone.
left.
Yeah, move out all the kids.
Oh yeah, they're easily gonna do
Thanks
this.
for coming to save us. Here, have a kid-sized bunk.
Have a kid-sized bunk.
That's all we got left. Sorry.
You can come look at the ruins and everything.
All right.
I start telling the history of the monastery.
Okay.
Audie
well,
just looks towards the sky. The winds of fate are changing. I can feel.
All right. So I think that some of you want to go to sleep right now. So
Yeah.
I think it's a good place to end the
Yeah.
stream on this really good note of damn, it's gonna be one heck of a battle. But also, thank you guys for being here. Ah.
Whew.
All right.
Sorry for extending this so much. I really wanted to finish on that picture of everyone and telling you everyone who's going to help you.
Oh, you're good.
All right.
That was good.
So,
It was.
music.
The winds of fate are changing. The pack is here, brother.
And then, what's that? Bounty the gnome?
No.
When your time seems grim on the third day, look to the east.
Look to the east.
All right. So, with this, it ends tonight's stream. So, hope you will be there. Probably next stream, as our group is going to over prepare for this and probably blow through most of the next stream, over preparing for everything. So, probably in 2 streams, we're gonna have the actual fight.
Which also means Stark will be back.
Yeah, because I forgot Thanksgiving in the US. It's already happened here in Canada, so that's why I completely forgot. But hey, alright, so hope you will be there next week and the week after that. Wednesdays for the live broadcasts, Friday for the rebroadcast, and if you don't want to watch Dungeons and Dragons and watch someone make maps, that's Thursdays, and I'm the one making maps. Yeah, that's the entire schedule. So remember, if you want to support us, it's always very much appreciated. You can leave likes, comments, follow us on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. If you want to do more, you can make donation. That's mostly appreciated by me. Becoming a Patreon also, and subscribing on Twitch. But if you can't do any of those, but you still want to do something, there's a very free thing, mostly effortless, that helps tremendously, and that's spreading the word of this channel. And that's everything I could say before we finish for tonight. So, thank you for being here. See you next week. And as always, stay safe and stay healthy. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
All right.